time I got the rash.
Oh my God.
Look, I'm telling you, you got to get rid of those pants.
I do. They just keep showing up. It's weird.
This joke is dying.
Oh, hey, what's up, guys? How's it going?
Welcome to D4. Well, I Devan.
And I, Dustin.
Co-DM of 5th edition Dungeons and Dragons game. Yeah. So, I'm going to tell you a story. The itsy, bitsy, bitter bit war sent hobbits to the newspaper obits with a tidbit about their habits in the gambit. It seems some were bitten by bitchy rabbits running an exhibit on the orbit of their habitat. And for those that donate 5,000 bits, you can get...
What a transition. Okay. We took a journey there.
You can get a signed artwork of illustrations of the BFGs made by our lovely friend Marquis Chancey, and also you can win a D4 shot glass at 15,000 bits and a D4 pint glass at 25,000 bits.
Imagine
I'm ready to.
an interactive world you can enjoy by escaping reality on a weekly basis. Imagine a community available at your fingertips where you can experience the adventure live with other viewers. Now imagine you, or a paragon, amongst the masses, able to emote through specialty designed emoticons because words are not enough to express your feelings. Imagine access to badges, special alerts, multiple entries to giveaways because on twitch.tv/RockPunchATL, you could win this Dungeons & Dragons Adventures Outline adult coloring book illustrated by Todd James. And this Dungeons & Dragons animated series Tiamat pen, which will go to a Twitch subscriber coloring book giveaway at 150 subscribers. All of this available to our subscribers and resubscribers. Now imagine having this power for free.
What a world!
Available through Twitch Prime as long as you remember to resub every month. Subscribe now to RockPunch ATL on Twitch. The power is in you.
Also, remember to donate to our charity of choice of Extra Life for the Children's Healthcare of Atlanta to give kids a chance of life and adventure. More information about our goals and rewards can be found on our donation page at www.d4extralife.com.
All right, BFGs and D4ers, would you like to meet us and watch us play a live event?
Ooh.
Would I?
Well, we are so happy to announce that we will be at Southern Fried Gaming Expo July 12th through 14th, where we won't be there all weekend, but stay tuned to coming weeks to find out more information. But we will be doing a live show there that you can come watch, and then that show will be aired that night at our normal regularly scheduled broadcast time. But come out, hang out, meet us. We'll be available and there, so we cannot wait to see and meet all of you and to do our very first live show.
Yeah.
Also, because of how amazing Southern Fried Gaming Expo, they have given us the opportunity to give you 10% off. If you go buy your badge, you can use the discount code D4 and get 10% off your badge, and that is all the way up until July 12th weekend
Well, that's awesome.
of the event.
Yes, and with that, let's go to some of our sponsors.
It is me, Patrick Logan with D&D Beyond. Yes, it is. It certainly is. First off, no Mad Libs this week. We'll do that next week. I want to give one more week because I want a special attack for every single one of them, and I want the name of the trap they find in the temple. If I don't get that till next week, you're leaving everything to my own imagination.
Can I help?
No.
It's for the viewers.
But in any case, to actually promote stuff that D&D Beyond is doing, as opposed to my own insane schemes to just have you make things up on the platform. Right now, you have an adventure coupon to get an extra 25% off the adventure bundle using the code TOADVenture. It's one word, TOADVenture. It's not Toad Adventure, which I thought it was.
Adventure.
To Adventure.
Toadventure.
TOADVenture. Remember TOADVenture. You can find that on the dndbeyond.com marketplace. Along with that, new essentials kits. We have tutoring page for new players to see everything they need to start playing D&D. So dndbeyond.com/essentials. And Heroes of the Veil is the D&D Beyond live play D&D game airing every Wednesday at 2 p.m. Pacific time on twitch.tv/dndbeyond. This Wednesday, the 26th, the 5th episode of Chapter 2. Last time one of our players made a startling revelation about her family while running from an army of mind flayers. Fun. There are more streams out there besides ours. Ours is clearly the best of all of them. Don't question it. But if you want to look at other streams, the odds are D&D Beyond is the place to go.
It is so. Here's the Veil is so good. Todd Kendrick is an amazing DM, and it's such an amazing cast.
Yes, it is. All right, that's all I got.
Is that all you got?
That's all I got.
Is that all you got?
What you got, lady?
Well, I got a special guest today.
Oh my God.
Hello, everybody.
Oh, God.
It's me, Harold, in sock puppet form.
How you doing, Harold?
Oh, things are pretty great. These pants I'm wearing, though, are really tight. Just a little... I'm getting the feeling like maybe things could get a little hairy if I don't remove them. Or, less hairy when I do.
That's probably true. So let me ask you a question, though, Harold.
Yeah, what is it? What do you want to ask?
When you're out and about in Waterdeep, would you say that the things that mean the most to you are the things that you can hold in your hand and really appreciate?
Yeah, I'd definitely probably say that.
So you like stuff?
Oh, I love stuff.
Well, let me tell you about a little thing called Beetle and Grimm's Pandemonium Warehouse.
Beetle and Grimm's Pandemonium Warehouse? What's that?
Well, it just so happens to be the best place to get any sort of D&D props and extras. Right now, they have these 2 phenomenal boxes that are available. One of them is the Sinister Silver Edition Ghosts of Saltmarsh box.
Ooh.
The other is the Platinum Edition. What is it? Descent into Avernus.
There you go.
Yes! And I just would like to also make a note that right now, if you happen to be a designer of character sheets, Beetle and Grimm is looking for individuals to send them a sample of their work for an upcoming mysterious project. You can send it to supreme.marketing.goblin@beetleandgrimms.com. Now, if you're like Harold here and you're looking for something snazzy to jazz up your game, you need to go to beetleandgrimms.com ASAP.
Will they be as high quality as me?
Oh, honey, they'll be beautiful.
Thank God.
I love it.
And by the way, this is really tight, so the pants are, in fact, really tight.
The rash is growing already.
Oh, God.
Hashtag rash is growing.
Hashtag rash spread.
Rash attack. All right. Ooh. I know. It's like I do this all the time.
I know, right?
Hey, fellow kids. Would you like super cool, high quality 3D printed figures for your super cool, high quality D&D games and in general tabletop RPG games that don't necessarily have to be D&D but like could be D&D and like probably would be really cool if it was D&D? Well, our latest sponsor, Eldritch Foundry, also sometimes called Eldritch Foundry, kind of like the GIF and GIF argument. We're just gonna go with that. Eldritch. It's GIF.
I will die on this hill.
I will die on my GIF hill.
This GIF.
They had a super cool Kickstarter that just did 1,200,000%. I don't remember the numbers, but they were really high. And that is super cool because the things that they offer is super flipping cool because they are designing their character creator based off of styles of old school RPG game character creators like Baldur's Gate, Planescape Tournament, Skyrim, and more, which creates a fun, immersive world building experience while you create your dream mini. What's also super cool about these people is that they're partnering with your friendly local game store. That's right, you can go up to a tablet station like in the future, but the future is now, so you don't have to like watch the Jetsons for that shit anymore, okay? 'Cause it's now. All
I'm
right?
so glad you're back.
And you can make your own mini, like on the tablet in your store, right? Okay. And then like those minis that are created like in the store, they're gonna be shipped to the store with free shipping, and the game store receives profits from it, so everyone is benefiting from working together, and that's called motherfucking teamwork.
Boom.
Aww.
All right. So they will be at Gen Con. If you're gonna be at Gen Con, keep a lookout for them, and they'll be printing miniatures all weekend, and they're taking their giant printer with them.
It's impressive from what I understand.
You also may see super friendly faces at said booth at Gen Con.
Who knows? And if you love everything you're seeing here, then remember to check out RockPunch. They're the folks that make this possible. They do all this cool stuff, the lighting, the cameras, and they also run a lot of really cool sketches and fun stuff that they have on their site, which you can check out at either RockPunch on YouTube or RockPunch ATL on Twitch. I've seen them play everything from PUBG to every dating sim there is. So there's a lot of really fun stuff to check out. And also check out their Discord where you can actually talk to us and you can talk to them and all their many different cool, entertaining things they have.
Yeah.
Sweet.
I guess.
Also,
No, I'm talking about merch, motherfuckers.
What's the language?
Family show.
Oh yeah, my bad. Close your ears. But
Dave's gone.
yeah, Dave's gone.
He's not in the chat.
D4DND.com is where you go to find all the really cool merch, such as,
And or this.
or that, and shot glasses,
Wine
which are
glasses.
really beautiful wine glasses.
Tumblers.
Pint glass. No, I don't think we have tumblers.
Well, I'm
yet.
sorry, I was thinking tumbler, but it's a pint glass. I'll shut up now.
We do have pint glasses, which you can actually use as a tumbler if you're very careful.
Goblin Katie doesn't know what a tumbler is, so keep
I don't
in
know, I
mind.
just drink out of them.
She says Eldrick, so.
Yeah. D4DND.com. Go buy some things. Thank you.
Yes.
I would just like to real quick mention, tomorrow is a new episode of Stellar Arcanum, which is the podcast that you can find me in. Recently, several members of the D4 family were also in a trio of episodes, but it should be a lot of fun. Things are going to happen on the next show.
And Kevins?
Comes out tomorrow.
Wow. Okay. Whatever. I'm just kidding. Are we going? We started talking at the same time. You were just louder than me.
Forever.
Look, that's not an issue I usually come across. Hi. If you like murder and weird shit, well then my podcast and stream might be the one for you. Corn on the Macabre every Wednesday. Or as, you know, the many Wednesdays I'm here in town and not randomly out of town like I am for this stream. But this Wednesday for absolutely surezies. I'm so sorry, I'm butchering the hell out of this. So we stream my podcast, Corn on the Macabre, which is just a horror comedy podcast that has a theme every week, Wednesdays at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard at twitch.tv/TheTigerWizard. Last time we spoke about witchcraft, and this week we're going to talk about vampires. And if you want to check out past episodes, you are more than welcome to on both iTunes and Spotify.
It's really good.
It
I'm
is.
a regular listener.
Oh,
it's
thanks,
awesome.
guys. I didn't know y'all listen.
I've subscribed and stuff.
Oh, yay! You should subscribe and comment and like because I want to be put on the map, please. Thanks.
All right, and without further ado, let us immerse ourselves into the chronicles of D4.
And we're back. Last week on Dockside Devastations of the Deranged Decapitator, the BFGs were hot on the trail of the murderous assassin killing elves in the street of the Dock Ward. Vinley, Harold, and V journeyed to the Font of Knowledge to have their cursed items removed. Successful in their task, they made their way back to the Dock Ward. Meanwhile, Blaven journeyed on his own back to the Rainier Neverember estate for dual purposes. To deliver salmon to his familiar as a treat and rummage through the BFG's rooms.
He found nothing of interest in Voss's room, which was unnaturally neat. Not unfortunate, or maybe unfortunate for him. It was neat and orderly. Moving to Seisha's room, he found a letter written from her to Gariel, thanking the sultry woman for a lovely date the night before. Rather than reading the entirety of the letter, he instead focused on imitating her handwriting, just in case it became useful to recreate her script at a later time. Finding pages of discarded notes in Vinley's room, he made sure to learn how to mimic hers as well.
Voss, meanwhile, wrangled a very intoxicated Seisha to a warm and welcoming tavern, the Midnight Sun. There, they talked for a short time before she realized the conversation had turned serious, and she cast a potent lay on hands in order to purge the poisons from her system. Voss was surprised to learn that she was capable of doing this and immediately excused himself to go check the alley behind the Elven Bar, where the group suspected the killer would strike next. Seisha, dumbstruck by the realization of her cruel words, spoken in a state of deep inebriation, stayed behind.
Upon arrival, Voss proceeded to lay snares in hopes of catching the would-be assassin as he moved into the ideal area to strike. Eventually, the group met up at the tavern and concocted their plan. Seisha would remain on the roof and keep an eye out from above, watching anyone who raised suspicion. Harold would cast invisibility on V and strike from the ground. Voss would hide on the other end of the alley ready to strike, and Vinley and Blaven would enter the bar acting as bait.
The pair of elves met a friendly elf with golden locks and a pipe of tobacco he was happy to share. The trio spoke for a time before Blaven excused himself to step outside to get some fresh air after he started coughing. Vinley and the stranger spoke for several minutes before he became concerned of where Blaven had vanished to. He followed, and once outdoors, Blaven was approached by a member of the City Watch who explained the killer had just struck nearby, and it was her desire to escort him to safety, away from the killer. He declined the offer and instead proceeded down the street in the opposite direction from which he was heading.
Vinley, meanwhile, spoke again with the friendly elf before asking him to escort her home. They departed the bar and headed up Candle Lane, arm in arm, under Seisha's watchful eye. As the group watched them pass through the alley, they scrambled to decide what to do, as it was not the alley that they were set up in. Finally, Seisha invoked her divine form and flew after the pair. The group arrived just in time to see Vinley impaled on the dagger by the man who had once appeared as an elf, now a man wearing the flesh of his victims. Elven ears stitched atop his own, his feet wrapped in the skin of a dancer, and on his back he wore the cloak comprised of elven skin.
After a very difficult and nearly fatal fight, the group finally managed to overcome the killer. Seisha and V watched in horror as Voss impaled the man on his rapiers and lifted him into the air, while Harold and Vinley crossed in front of them. Harold and Vinley proceeded to mock the dying man, and once the life left his body, Vinley removed a trophy from him, a single tooth, in Voss saying that he had glorious victory.
Voss announced that he considered it glorious and needed a drink. Heading off to a nearby bar named the Thirsty Throat, Seisha wept quietly before telling Harold she was going home. V and Vinley carried the killer's body to lay under a single street lamp that illuminated Candle Lane. And that is where we join our adventurers as they collect themselves, following their most intense battle yet.
Harold, V, and Vinley, you find yourselves in the dark alleyway where a harrowing fight just happened. The only light is the flickering flame of the one lamp post in all of the dock ward that never seems to go out. A body tied to the post with a sign that says, "Never fuck with elves." What do you do?
We have to move.
Right, yeah.
I'm gonna lead us somewhere away, like maybe the first alley that we actually set up in.
Before we actually move, I'm gonna clean all the blood off of us.
Okay.
And then
Takes a little bit.
no
You
one
only do a
stops
little bit at a
Seisha.
time, but
Or Voss.
well, they're already gone as far as I know.
No, I know, they're just covered in blood.
Blaven has left in the carriage. Seisha has left in the carriage, and you watched the blood-soaked, haired man walk into the Thirsty Throat, which is the first tavern along the Candle Lane that you guys all have passed a couple of times, but have been very wary not to enter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
think,
just for the record, since you weren't here, Voss literally took his blood-covered hands
No, I know.
and ran them through his hair.
I think I had 3 different people tell me that. They really wanted me to know. I knew that detail.
Yeah, it was.
I'm gonna lead everybody back to the original alley that we were going to jump in.
Okay.
And I'm going to feel around where he told me the trap is, so I can get his wires.
Got it.
I think
easily. It takes a second to find it. You actually did a pretty good job of concealing
Yeah.
it, but eventually you are like, where is it? Oh, there it is.
Because he pointed it out to you,
Right,
you were able
exactly.
to find it.
Okay,
Okay.
and I'm gonna gather that and get it ready to get it
I'm
back
gonna
to
say,
him.
hey, I think someone needs to talk to Seisha. I'm gonna go home too, actually.
I was also gonna go talk to Seisha.
Okay, well,
This would be a good chance to go and check to make sure you were okay too, because I know I got a little Oscar back there. So.
I mean, I would like to talk to Seisha alone if that's okay.
Oh. Yeah.
I just feel like, of all of us, I'm kind of one of the few
Yeah.
bridges between y'all and her mindset. If that makes sense.
That makes sense.
Makes
to me.
perfect sense.
Okay.
Are you okay?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I was gonna ask, but
Sorry. Oh, 21 insight.
18 insight.
Okay, well, fuck. So you recognize that she is emotionally compromised about kind of something entirely different than what's actually happening. And then I guess you realize that she's just kind of like really uncomfortable, and you can tell she doesn't really like want to talk about it with you right now.
That's fair.
You know what I mean? And so like you can tell she's like kind of coping with some weird emotions that she can't quite get a grip on.
Okay. If
that good
once I
enough?
kind of yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
That was great. I'll kind of look up to you and say, okay, well, if that's what you want to do, I'll totally respect it. I think
Okay.
Seisha definitely needs help, and if you need someone to talk to later.
Okay, yeah. Thanks. I'll see you guys later. Alright, so I'm gonna go off after Seisha, back to the house.
Where do you go?
Well, what's the best way back to the house?
I mean, where's your
house?
destination?
Oh, it is to.
You don't know. All she said is, I'm going home.
I imagine she's probably gonna go to the tavern,
Okay. Noted.
the one that we own.
Got it. Okay.
You get a carriage, easy enough. From the dockboard to there, it's going to be like 4 copper.
Okay.
And you will make your way to the tavern. You two, still left in the alleyway near the fish market of the Friendly Flounder, which is also a speakeasy specifically for elves.
I want to explain myself to you, and I don't feel like I really like you're too worried about it, but I wanted to make something clear about what's going on. And
Do you want to walk and talk?
Yes.
They both took carriages. We can probably.
Do you want to head towards the Thirsty Throat just so we're all easily found?
I kind of want to give Voss some time.
I think he's the one doing the best out of all of us right now.
I mean to simmer.
Okay.
And
He's
that's
like a pet that wanders off. He'll come back.
I get in trouble for Salazar?
Speaking of which, how many days until Salazar's out? That was something I was going to ask at the beginning.
It's at least one more day.
One more day.
Yeah.
Because I want to be there.
Because you got out, went home, got drunk.
Just on an out-of-play note, Harold has made an in-play note in his head, like, I have to be there when he gets out so that he doesn't cause more trouble.
No.
So just let me know when Harold's like, oh, shit, that's the time.
You got out, you went home, you got drunk, you woke up, you did today.
Got it. Cool. Rock. Then just want to specify that I didn't take any joy in what we did. And that wasn't what this was about. It wasn't about feeling good about a bad guy going away. It was making sure he felt the same way they did on the way to the grave. I wanted him scared, and I wanted him to know there was no hope. I know I don't have to justify anything to you because, frankly, I think... No, I don't think that's the case. I think it's a question of...
Do you remember when we had our conversation in your room?
Yeah.
It's gotten worse, Harold. I enjoy when I kill people. It makes me feel powerful. I don't like that.
Like I said, it's just a measure of control, the ultimate level of control, and that's something that's hard to kick. When I first joined with the Rose, I thought, wow, look how badass I am. But a few weeks later, it didn't even take that long, I started asking questions, and then a few months later, the nightmares started. All I'm saying is, I'm not saying you're going to have nightmares or you're going to see all that as wrong or change, but you have to think to yourself, at some point the Rose felt the same way you did.
I don't want to end up like the Rose, though.
I don't think you're going to.
Thank you. And just remember, you wanted him to feel hopeless, right? And scared?
Yeah.
In doing that, you probably made the less callous of us feel hopeless and scared.
You're
Not
probably
saying
right.
it was wrong.
It wasn't
he
right.
got exactly what he deserved. Less than what I would have done to him. But keep in mind, there are delicate members of our party.
I know. It's just been so long since I've worked like this, you know? I'm so used to putting out spoons and forks. This is a part of me I thought I wasn't going to have to visit again.
Well, if it makes you feel better, you can make me dinner tonight. And I'm going to walk a little bit faster.
All right, yeah, sure. Probably turn out as good as the haircut. Here we go.
And so you guys are making your way to...
Where are we headed?
Renair's?
Renair's, yeah, okay.
Got it. Perfect. Sounds good.
Because I have stuff I need to get.
That's fair.
And we will make our way into the Thirsty Throat. This tavern is a ramshackle of an establishment, as its name implies. More like a pile of wood taking its own lazy time about falling into the street. All the furniture is crowded together and bolted down. It's crowded, dark, and smells of stale beer. Inside is nothing but a bunch of low heads and obscured faces of all types and races. They all turn to look to you as their hands draw to their sides. You can feel them all eyeing you and judging you as a mark or a fellow alley blade. However, they do not seem to be looking for a fight, but are always ready for one. As they look up and eye you up and down, their tension eases and as they relax back into their tankards. There is no music. There's barely any talking. The only sounds you can make out are the murmurs and whispers between a few men.
I approach the bar, eyes straight forward, as soon as I get to it. Whiskey.
A monstrously fat, toad-like man with forearms as big as larger hams you could see for sale down the street at the butcher's approaches you.
What do you want?
Whiskey.
Only bog water beer here. One nib.
Oh, is that all? I place 5 on the table. Keep bringing it.
He takes it and he fills up this. It's not a flagon.
Mm-hmm.
It is a mini tankard the size of your head.
Yeah, it is literally about that big.
It's like they took a mini keg, cut the top of it off, put a handle on it.
I down it as fast as I possibly can and slam it on the ground and say, more.
I mean, he took your 5 nibs, and as soon as you're done,
Yeah, you see him pouring from one of the large kegs behind him.
Did you guys see this guy's 4 arms?
No, forearms.
I was like, in my whole...
Casual quadruple arms.
I was sitting there the whole
He's just
time going,
massive guy, like
arms.
big.
I would have asked.
He kind of looks like a bullywug, but as a human.
Yeah, like a king bullywug.
Ew.
Yeah, like there's not multiple chins. There's just one large one that rolls up
All of
into
his chinny chin chins.
Aw, all 10 of his chinny chin chins.
All 10.
one after another, however many you want to take. He keeps pouring them.
About 4th. How drunk am I
I
getting?
need a con save.
Especially with the speed at which you say that you are drinking.
6.
6.
It's his turn for the drunk episode.
Everybody in the party gets drunk except for
I
you.
haven't. I have too high of a constitution.
For it.
You are fairly intoxicated. You're definitely feeling it, and it's a beer drunk, not a whiskey drunk.
Yeah, I'm starting to feel like your stomach. It feels
Gurgly.
Full.
super full. The amount of beer that you are just
Head is
downing.
clouded.
And it would take this much alcohol to even begin to get drunk because of the quality of this beer.
Quality.
Capital KW.
I'm stealing that.
Yeah, that's definitely going to the old. Jot that one down. My joke guy.
So,
Where's your pisser?
He points.
I go in that direction.
All right.
you make your way to the washrooms. You climb down a ladder into an antechamber that opens right into a harbor-bound sewer channel. But what's very interesting is you see 2 separate ladders, one labeled men, one lass. And you climb down. However, instead of fully separated walls, the 2 sides end up facing each other in the same room, about an arm's stretch apart behind a waist-high trough.
No!
As you're looking around, but with your background, it seems like this would be an ideal place for exchanging items on the sly, dumping incriminating things into a sewer, or even finding your way into it yourself.
Dumping? Can we phrasing? Is phrasing still a thing we're doing?
Oh no, we're doing it.
Phrasing.
I look back and forth, and an odd thought catches me. Do I recognize this place?
You don't. You haven't been here.
Not
Okay.
this place,
Yep.
no.
What I'm thinking of.
The bathroom?
No, there was a point when we were traveling through the sewers that led up into a place. I'm asking if I recognize this place as
You raised up into a cellar, not into the restroom.
that. Gotcha.
Thank God.
I inebriated. Anyone else in here?
Just you.
I unzip, start pissing.
Quality.
Good order. Good order.
Well, I mean, do you want to roll for stream size?
Accuracy. Roll the accuracy.
Deck space. But no, yeah, so you relieve yourself, and soon someone follows down, does the same.
Guys, let's.
Tell him to calm down.
Thank you.
He's just pissing.
Zip back up, and as I lean, hello, old friend.
You talking to me?
I turn.
Like I said, there's a guy that came down,
What's he look like?
and he seems to be about in his 40s. He has a handkerchief pulled up over his mouth. He has dark eyes, furrowed brow.
You can see the start of a scar on the eyebrow, where part of the eyebrow is missing, that kind of goes up into his hairline.
Seems to be wrapped in regular leathers, and you can notice a knife in his boot.
You can see his eyes are like that like quizzical. Like, you talking to me?
Yeah. That. Do I know you?
I look at the knife in his boot. Give that to me.
Fuck you, drunkard.
Now.
And pulls it. Take it.
I draw both my blades.
All right.
Back to prison we go.
Where to Ogma?
Whap. I just, like... God, use that.
Well, fish up the battle music.
I guess roll initiative.
Yeah.
11.
15.
So he goes first.
Sweet.
With that, he seems ready for your action and does not make the first move.
He's not gonna start this fight.
It is your turn.
I wait. Does this guy seem competent, hand holding it fairly firmly?
Seems to be holding it with some finesse.
Yes.
There's no bathroom battle now?
This is a surprise.
Could somebody bring out the shitter, please?
I take both rapiers.
Okay.
I hold them out to the sides. I'll let you have first blood, friend. It's a special occasion.
And with that, he is going to charge you.
Okay.
Make an attack. It is a 14 hit.
It's miss.
Yes.
Okay.
Got it. With that, he stabs. You see him flip the knife, catch it in the other hand, and go to stab again. With that, you see it, even in your drunkard state, which may actually be helping you as you sidestep out of the way, expecting him to go for the same hand twice, as he misses.
Both attacks. It is your turn.
How far am I from the back?
A couple steps. It's only about a 10 by 10 room. It is not big.
Cool.
Yeah.
I attack.
Okay.
22 to hit.
Definitely hits.
What is happening? What is happening?
Voss is vossing.
Turns out Voss is literally no different drunk than when he's sober.
He is the exact same person.
15 points of
That
damage.
is right. You are drunk. I need you to roll a disadvantage on your
Sure.
attacks.
Yep.
You're welcome.
12.
12 still hits.
15 points of damage
15,
then
got
on
it.
the first attack.
You bring your first rapier down as he kind of is a bit thrown off that he missed, that you sidestepped his attack and his feint attack. As you kind of bring, even drunkenly, expertly bring your rapier down, stabbing him in the foot, and then pulling your rapier
Bonus
out.
action, you asked me if I can do this as a
just
bonus
wanted to
action.
take
As soon as I
a
turn it
piss.
in, I move
Now he's
in
about to die.
until my head is close to his ear and I say, "This is your last chance, friend. Not to lock Ogloth. Give me your knife."
Make an intimidation check.
Is he part orc and I didn't realize it?
I think so.
Is that with an advantage?
Oh, God.
That's a disadvantage.
Yep.
19.
Oh, God.
Yeah, with that, he looks at his foot and then just puts his fist into your chest with a dagger.
Sideways.
Sideways, yes.
Drop it on the dirt shit ground.
Fuck you. Drops it. and tries to make his way past you.
I resheathe my weapons.
Limping as he makes his way to the ladder.
I pick
Pride, ego, bruised as he
Still has to piss.
No, he pissed.
Okay, fair.
It was in the middle of that when he was like, "Hello, friend." He's like,
and he's pissed too. So he,
"Yeah." All three versions.
This dagger is a standard boot dagger. It's bladed on both sides and comes to a point, and then the handle has almost like a twisted metal that curves down, and then the pommel of it is actually maybe at one point was an animal head, but it has long been just worn down. It looks to be made of some kind of bone that was carved, but it's whittled down to where it's almost like just a basic shape.
Yeah, just the pommel though.
Yep.
I take it, put it in my coat. Fight, drink, woman, and I go up the ladder and leave the bar if I'm able.
Got it. You're able to stumble your way out of the bar, and as you leave, walking back out to the dark, dirt and grime-ridden cobblestone street that reeks of fish chum, you're instantly confronted by a cacophony of Waterdeep city watchmen and women rustling about in the streets of Candle Lane. Before you can say or do anything, one of them turns to you.
Hey, you! Bully Blade! Hold! Sergeant would like a few words with you. Won't take long.
Oh no! No! No!
Of course!
Shit!
I am a humble citizen of the Waterdeep. I have nothing to hide.
This, instead of just like the typical two-man troops or anything like that, this is very similar to the time that you were found in the warehouse, where a horde of them, and they're all bustling around the street. You're ushered through a crowd of watchmen, eventually coming to the lamppost that gives Candle Lane its signature name, where you see the old man tied up, beaten, battered, bruised, cut, stabbed, and lacerated, still wearing the skins of his victims.
Wow!
A small image of his last moments echoes in your brain before a familiar man walks up to you.
Oh no, Zack!
As you stand waiting, you hear a few of the officers talking about the brutality of the streets, mirroring that of Baldur's Gate, especially on this street. First, the warehouse massacre, and now this. Soon standing before you in a chapel helm is a man an inch or two shorter than you, with rugged features, with a square jaw. He looks battle-hardened, with a salt and pepper stubbled beard and a scar that runs across his nose and down his cheek.
Oi, Captain Steggett. Patron of the rundown tap room as requested, sir.
Thank you, Private Kovanek. So let me ask you this. Wait, don't I know you?
I believe we have met previously.
Have I arrested you before? You look familiar.
No, I would have remembered that.
Then what is it?
My friend has informed me that when dealing with people of higher authority, it is best to be honest with them. So,
This is not the time.
Someone's about to be honest.
we knew one another as we were tasked with saving a man named Flute. We met at the warehouse. Do you remember?
Ah, yes, the bloodbath between the two syndicates.
Yes. We did not cause it. Not our fault. But we did intercede in the middle of it, unfortunately.
Speaking of we, where's the rest of your motley crew and your friend Lord Neverember?
I don't know. I truly do not. They are 3 sheets to the wind, perhaps.
Seems you're about the same. Well, did you, or they, or any others of your knowledge have anything to do with this? As he gestures to the man tied to the post.
Didn't do this. But I did kill this man.
Oh my god!
Oh my god!
Voss teaches lessons.
Why are you like this?
Never change. Shine on, you crazy diamond.
Is that so?
Yes.
Is that why you have the copious amounts of blood streaked through your hair?
No, it's a fashion
I can
statement.
see why you're a detective.
Look. I told you to keep the blood off my streets.
I have a reason.
That doesn't mean use it as a hair dye.
No. A reason for the slaying.
Well, keeping the blood off my streets means no killing. Or
You
at
should have
least
told that to him.
at least not broadcasting it on the underneath the only fucking light in my ward.
Fair enough. I didn't do this. I don't know who did this. I have suspicions.
Well,
But I don't know specifically. But I murdered this man because he was murdering elves across this city.
you're saying this is the man that was responsible?
I am.
What proof do you have?
None. Except, is he still clad in fucking skin?
He wasn't raised, he was literally tied, sitting down and tied against the pole.
I move over to him, keeping my hands up so as not to display anything. I pull the skin off his feet. If he's still
As you
alive.
go to touch, he grabs your hand. We see that this is the skin of the people that were slain, so that's proof enough. And that being said, I have too much to deal with to put you behind bars. And for what these two deduced, you did the city a favor. Next time, don't try and start a damn race war with your little love letters left behind. As he points to a note that's written in Elvish.
I can't read that. What does that say?
It says,
only one who can't read
never
it."
fuck with elves again.
Okay.
However, before I let you go, for the crime of disturbing the peace, I'm fining you 5 dragons. And the edict of taking a fucking bath before you spread panic. A last warning to keep the blood off my streets.
I'm usually very clean.
I'm sure you are, as he holds a hand out. I could get a magistrate involved.
Give him the money.
It's ironic. I pull out 6 gold and give it to him.
He takes 5. He puts 1 back in your hand.
Just for you doing such a damn good job.
Do not try and bribe me. I will take you into account for that.
Fair enough, fair enough.
Anyways, let me introduce you to the retired City Watch, Sergeants Seth Cromley and Protector Magist Barnabas Blastwind.
I will not remember that, but your names sound elegant.
Walking around the crime scene, intently inspecting the body and surrounding areas in almost a hypnotic dance, are 2 human men. One, about 5'8", scruffy, dirty mud-brown hair over a long, thin face of a man well into his 40s or 50s. Dark circles fall beneath his heavily bagged, sad-looking eyes that dart around as his brow furrows and articulates in calculations that rattle around in his mind as he jots down notes into a small journal. His body hard to gauge under the layers of heavy cloaks and brigandine armor painted in the colors of the watch. The other, a smaller, portlier man, standing almost a foot shorter than the others, looks almost blind behind layered goggles that wrap around his golden yellow blonde hair. Not much more than his nose can be seen from beneath the ruby-lensed goggles with arcane etchings. And thick, bushy beard with curled mustache Unlike the other, he is not cold and calculating, as you notice. His body begins to mime the form of something large, lumbering in the direction of the displayed body. At the sounds of the captain's voice, they both snap to attention in your direction, making your way towards you.
The one in the watch, Brigandine, walks towards you and starts walking around you. Human male, rugged. Scowl indicates obvious disdain for authority. Sun-kissed skin and scar determine you're a worker, most likely a fisherman. However, your attire and brandishing of 2 rapiers would indicate a soldier, so I assume that you're a sailor. A sailor of the Splendor's Navy, judging by the belt buckle you proudly wear across your waist. However, a soldier, even one reluctant to keep themselves clean as he looks over your blood-soaked hair, would make sure to not tarnish the buckle that is their dress uniform. Therefore, most likely pilfered by a pirate, no doubt. As he looks you up and down, he ends with, Sergeant Seth Cromley, pleasure to meet you. Where's your dagger? The folds, stains, wear on your leather suggest a kukri. As he holds a hand out.
Oh God.
This is gonna be a problem.
Shake with my left.
He holds out his right and then holds out his left.
Very observant. Can you tell who I have the most disdain for right now?
Rapiers are magical too, elven made, judging by the design of the handle. Gloves indicate their either reluctance to get your hands dirty, coarse, or likes to keep people at a distance. Blood in the hair negates the first 2. It would seem to be a horrific accident causing a head wound by the streaking pattern and fading in the hair indicates self-application. Your ill-fitted clothes, obviously hand-me-downs, give away that you're not one to shy away from getting dirty. So I ask, why did you adorn yourself in the blood of another? Barnabas Blastwind, PM. Who are you?
To answer my own question, it was you, but now you.
You see him start to
roll a copper coin across the tops of his knuckles as he mutters a few words under his breath.
Well?
What are your surface thoughts?
Ooh. Can I deception or can I not find
No, it's not delving deep. It's literally what is the thing at the top of your head.
Thing at the top of my head, I hate these 2. And I hate that they're accurate. I'll say that.
Okay.
Yep.
Right. You're not the first, and I won't be the last, pal. And if you had anything to do with this, you probably could do the things that are probably delving deeper in there, but not right here, not right now. Let's not get too hasty.
What are you doing?
My job.
Oh no.
How did I back away a little bit?
So we asked you your name.
Oh no.
My name is Bill Ronto.
What are your thoughts before you say that?
The one time you don't wear the shirt.
My thought is like, I don't care. I'm gonna I don't like these guys.
Okay.
I'm gonna tell them my name is Bill Ronto.
Okay.
As far as I'm concerned, my name is Bill Ronto.
I got it. Well, Mr. Ronto, care to explain to us exactly what happened earlier this morning in the alleyway over there? The body was left as a message under the candlelight of the continual flame, no doubt, but it's hardly the origin of the death.
And judging by the imprints of the heavy footprints leading to the adjacent alleyway, as well as the pool of fresh blood and trail, it was easy for us to determine the location of death, but not the exact cause. However, 2 holes in the base of the neck below the cranium seem to indicate 2 rapiers as to be the leading cause of death.
The markings of strangulations and cuts across his throat lead to the evidence of a thin piece of rope or wire implemented in the cause of death. However, the flush complexion from loss of blood versus the cyanosis seen in suffocation implies that he almost escaped before being viciously attacked with the blades. The disturbance of the dirt indicates multiple individuals versus this one man. Our suspicions are somewhere around 5 to 6 others. 2 other separate pools of blood indicate heavily injuries, yet I see not a mark on you. The smell of air sharp yet light, like watered-down chlorine, would indicate a lightning strike, yet there are no Lichtenberg burns on the cobblestone.
That is odd.
Yes, this would indicate divine magics and radiant weaponry. You are clearly not a man of the cloth, so you must acquire the help of others that are. So go ahead and fill in all of the details and tell us what we got wrong. You and your compatriots can remain unnamed as you're not being detained or arrested. This is just a fun game for the wits of me and the PM.
Well, all right. Oh, God, no. As you can see, this man is clearly dead.
Astute observation.
Thank you.
You must be the brains of your party.
Yes. Here's what happened.
You see him pull out his notebook.
We met a dangerous man. I couldn't allow him to live. So, as you so accurately betrayed, first I strangled him, and when that stopped working, I stabbed him through the throat. By the way, I guess you neglected to mention the fact that he attacked one of my companions, that he ranted and raved about how beautiful the elves were as he was skinning them, and that he was a man of dubious nature.
Deranged psychosis.
Would appear that way.
Do you know why he did this?
Why do madmen do anything?
Oh, there's reasons for everything. It could be some choice or ill-sought.
Maybe he did it because he missed killing. Maybe he did it because killing gives him so much more pleasure than anything else he ever did.
Something so simplistic could not be the case. As for someone that pulls trophies, wears their feet as shoes and their skin as a cape, and tries to make themselves an elf. No. We believe that he is trying to become an elf himself.
Yes. Actually crafting magical artifacts themselves of the flesh instead of using leather of hide, of cows and other things. He himself was using the flesh of elves, and that is what really made him. Hence why you see the ears themselves are fixated with the points of elves. I believe he believed that he could prolong his life by becoming an elf, by wearing that which makes them themselves. But that is but our opinion.
All I know is that he's dead, and I'm happy he's dead. And I'd do it again.
You said you and your compatriot. Were there only two of you? Or were we correct in our assumption of 5 or 6?
It's hard to know exactly how much. We definitely had an unwashed dog with us. I do remember that. Some mangy.
We have not seen any canine footprinting?
Oh, it's an odd breed, I tell you. Apparently we tried to wash him and we can't. He's just such a filthy fucking mongrel. I'm sorry, I'll go ahead. What else are you finding out?
Oh, we just want the simple question. Simple question answered. Was it,
5 or 6?
I murdered him. What else is there?
a bet?
How much is the bet for?
Drinks.
Winner gets 10 gold, I'll tell you.
This is not a bet between us. No, we already have one with Kovanek.
I'll have to go over to him and increase the bet, I'll tell you. Come on. Such a slow night.
It's 5 or 6.
Is that what it is?
Yes.
Okay.
All right.
As he deduced from your thought
Surface
process.
thoughts.
Yeah, don't like that dude.
At which point, Private Kovanek, if you would be so kind, coffee, Simafesh, 3 sugars.
Chamomile tea, black, twist of lemon.
And the private who brought you up.
I would like a whiskey.
It seems as if as that, but the private who brought you up. What? No fucking way, Captain. What the fuck is this shit? I'm not their fucking errand boy. No way, they're right. It was 3 guys. That's it, tops. One held him down. The others each stabbed him through the neck. Simple kill. probably a bunch of alley blades, seeing an easy target and an old man. No way it took a team of people to take down one old guy running around in feet slippers.
Private. Be ashamed.
Private, you're dismissed. Get the sergeant and the PM their orders. You, sir, you're free to go. You can find your whiskey wherever you want. Stay out of trouble.
The two gentlemen watch you as you saunter and stumble a bit down the alley, humming to yourself.
Sweet and low.
Where do you go? As you saunter through the dock ward.
What time is it?
It's about 1 or 2.
No, it's like 3.
Yeah.
No time today. I need to go see the team. We have things to discuss.
Oh, you're creepy.
I flagged down a carriage.
Okay. It takes a little while because it's the night and things like that.
blood in
But
your
eventually,
hair.
just like everyone else, one comes up. Where you headed?
Kind of looks at you.
The Never Ember Estate. I'm an honored guest.
Make a persuasion.
At disadvantage.
Oh.
4.
As he just goes, no, and then just
Go, Monty, go!
Fuck you. What's the talking horse? Did I see the
No, it wasn't.
sort of. He just looks you over, covered in blood.
Monty's like, I don't know that guy.
bastard? I would have done that too. I just walk backwards towards the mansion, trying to flag down a carriage as I go to see if I can. But
It takes a couple tries, but you finally find a carriage in the dock ward who doesn't care.
He does.
in the
He does
dock
because of the way you look, and because of what you're saying. He is going to charge you 3 gold, though.
wow. I assume there's a busty woman in the back waiting for me too for that price.
What there is no questions, no names. You are never here.
It's kind of your dream.
I can take you to a busty lass if you want.
Now there'll be time for that tomorrow. I need to go have a word with my blood brother.
I'm in trouble.
He doesn't. He ends the conversation.
I give him 3 gold.
Yep.
I'm in trouble. That's fine.
Good luck with that.
You ever meet a group of people who bring you in with open arms, with naive eyes, without any questions asked? You know, the funny thing is, her father knew exactly what I was, and still chose to send me with her. Strange. I always wondered what that man's game was.
Awkwardly.
He being from the dock ward. But he does not respond to you. He doesn't even make eye contact with you. He just lets you talk.
I go into my coat and I pull out a preserved eye and I set it on the seat across from me.
Okay.
Hello there. You still roasting in the 9 hells? Did they tell you it was I who did it? I hope so. I was always better than you. I was always better than you at everything. You didn't see it, but she did. That's why you're fucking dead. You remind me of someone. Thought you could always get your way because you were the biggest, you were the strongest. Thought you could do whatever you liked. But you had a bad day. And I was was there when you did. Oh. I don't think men like you and me can ever change. I think we're put on this earth to do one thing. I just have to direct it in the appropriate manner. That was your problem. You never could. It was always who was closest. That's done now. New glorious chapter of my fucking existence awaits. I'll kill you. I'll kill the fucking Gathala family. I'll kill the Rose. I'll kill the Haeck. I'll do them all in. Doesn't matter. I'll survive in the end. I'll kill them all. Put the eye back in my pocket. I stay silent for the rest of the trip.
Right.
Okay. We're gonna mosey on over to the manor.
Please look at me, mosey. I want to mosey.
I went to the wrong place, didn't I?
Seisha.
Oh, yes.
Well, I don't think.
I'm not at the manor.
Not at the manor.
Yes, you are.
No.
Troll Skull Manor.
Manor.
Oh.
Not
I
the
think God
estate.
did choose the right place.
Yes, you did.
Because you wouldn't have called Renard's home.
But she could also have meant home.
Ain't a bad.
Anyways, Seisha. Your carriage arrives to its destination after a long, agonizing, tear-filled, silent ride through the city streets, illuminated by the waxing moon. You think about everything you've been through over the past few weeks and the harsh transition from the comforting, simple monastic life separated from the open world to now facing all of the horrid truths it and the people who live in it hold. An ugly truth, but a truth nonetheless. However, what you arrive to is not the once ugly, run-down, disheveled manor, but instead a beautiful mansion, seemingly fully refurbished. The exterior looks completely new and almost so unrecognizable, your immediate thought was you were dropped off at the wrong place.
Each window fully panned, painted, and shuttered. The iron railings of the upper stories polished of rust and repainted, with fresh plants that hang from the rafters of the roofing overhang above where no tile is misplaced or damaged. The tower that once looked crooked and cracked from faulty foundation, now a pillar of prestigious craftsmanship. The porch planks carved from the deep red of bloodwood and deep dark ebony wood, railings all leading up to the bright bloodwood red door, reinforced with ornate black iron bandings, with a small caged sliding door viewer. What do you do?
I'm gonna pay the carriage and head around back to go upstairs.
Okay.
And get upstairs and
Hold on.
holding up.
It's okay.
Yep. You make your way up the newly installed staircase near the rear exterior of the manor, now complete with a railing. Happy to see the improvements of the rest of the house, you are hit with the sudden remembrance of the tavern being completed as you see, only the tavern being completed as you see the disheveled disarray of the top 3 floors. The walls look newly patched but not finished or stuccoed. Obvious hidden scars from the plumbing that was replaced within the walls. The flooring also seems to be patched with solid planks of wood over where large holes and weak flooring once stood. It's easy to tell that the exterior of the tavern was finished and refurbished to be beautiful and eye-catching, where the rest of the house still needs a lot of work.
On your way, heading to your room, you see the door to the library open as moonlight cascades in through the stained glass windows above the reading nook. Sitting on a worn cushion is a single book of white leather with gold filigree that reads The Keymaster, a familiar book that entrances the mind into a world of talking bipedal canines, tucked into the book. Sticking out, you see a letter.
Walk over. Ooh, text prop.
Read it.
Yes.
If you do, please read it out loud. Or you can.
Dear BFGs and Mr. Ronto. What kind of shite is this? Talking dogs? Enchantment is pretty peculiar, slightly disturbing, but also kind of entertaining. Big hairy one kept asking me to go on a quest, and I told him if the quest didn't involve a scantily clad bonny lass making me miss me younger days, then I'd have to decline. Didn't seem to understand. The wee one did. He was amusing, kind of scrappy, reminded me of myself. However, keep this time waster away from the workers. Foreman says he's caught a few staring mindlessly into it during working hours. Also, I hope you don't mind, but I took the liberty of changing the stained glass window. You can thank me later by paying me on time. Also, stay out of trouble unless it's hilarious. I expect to hear what Harold did to piss off that blockhead enough for him to take the stick in the mud and shove it so far up his own arse. Mert. She'll fold the letter up, pick up the book, and go up to her room to look for Biblio.
Okay. Do you look around at anything that the letter talked about?
No.
Okay. Got it.
Actually, no. She'll go look at the stained glass
Well,
window.
right above, so there's the reading nook.
Yeah.
And there's the large window, and above it is the circled, the half circle window topping that is the stained glass. You look up, and above the nook is the half central circle of the Palladian windowsill, the deep blue starry night sky. As you look closer, you notice something new near the base, as if standing on the windowsill itself. 5 abstract figures, more like an Art Nouveau gesture painting than a detailed depiction of line work illustrating the characters. In the center is the largest of tan, yellows, and reds.
Oh, God.
To the left is one of mostly silvery blue with pale colors and red cascading from the top, followed by the next, which is wrapped in teals and deep blues with pale colors with a long black line falling to the side. To the right of the center starts with what looks to be almost nothing more than a shadow of a humanoid before noticing the stark red pants. And finally, to its right is the most vibrant color of whites, purples, blues, and reds. You take a few moments looking at your friends immortalized in glass in a place you are supposed to call home.
She just kind of collapses into a little ball and just weeps. I can't. It's like this damn house. It looks so pretty from the outside and it's so broken inside.
It is about this time that your carriage arrives.
Oh, good.
As you, similar to Seisha, arrive to a place that is almost and completely unrecognizable. As you're looking at a beautiful abode. Somewhere that you thought was a joke of a trashed manor, something that you could not pull from the depths, but somebody did. Where do you go?
I walk inside. I'm honestly expecting Seisha to be upstairs and not downstairs.
So you walk upstairs.
Oh, is she? Where's the stained glass window?
The stained glass. There are 2 stained glass windows.
Okay,
but-
I assumed where she was. Okay, whatever. I go inside to look for her. I assume she's upstairs because I see she's not in the tavern.
You make your way.
So do you go into the tavern?
Yeah,
Okay.
Okay.
I go in through that entrance.
Yep. You enter into a breathtaking wax-polished Paduke hardwood floored tavern with a Faerun burl bar with an ornately carved bar trim. A twisted black iron footrest circles the bar where 6 high-back bar stools wrap around it. The walls are freshly stuccoed, but you notice they are not currently painted, nor is the mid-wall trim added to the entirety of the taproom. All of the doors have been replaced, matching the front door. Daleland dual swinging saloon-style doors separate the kitchen and the main room with a sign that hangs that says in bold lettering, "Do not enter, grout drying on kitchen tiles." Installed behind the bar is a large blackboard that pulls your attention as you hear the scraping of white chalk against its slick surface, breaking the silence of an empty manor that says, "Welcome home. It is good to see you, Vio Miliana. The tavern is almost ready. Where is everyone else? We have so much to plan for."
Oh my god, I totally just blanked on the ghost's name. I'm so sorry.
Leaf.
Leaf. Yes, I knew that. Everyone, it was a rough night. We've been staying and helping out at a friend's house, but we'll be back soon. Yeah, I'm sorry. And then I just kind of run upstairs.
Okay. You leave out the back door, heading out the back and into up the stairs, and start looking for her.
I assume she's in her reading nook tower thing.
You make your way to that as you pass the library, and you just see her on the floor, on her knees.
Seisha, I run over and I put my arms around you. I do my best to comfort you.
She just kind of leans into you as she
Okay, yeah,
weeps.
I kind of do like the little hand stroke thing. And it's weird because you're so far away from me.
I know, right?
Okay.
As you do, you notice that her hair, which is normally in a nice braid, has started to come out, and her hair starts to fall, and waves of it overtake her face as you just hold her and caress the side of her head.
What are you thinking right now?
What happened? What happened? I thought we were good guys.
Well, we are. So, from what I've gathered, what makes a difference between a soldier and a murderer?
The joy they take and what they do.
Okay. I guess the difference between a murderer and a serial killer is how often they do it.
I guess.
I don't think Voss is a psychopath, but I do think he is, or was going to continue to maybe be a serial killer. He enjoyed it way too much.
He told me He told me he wasn't. It's just one thing to hear it and another to see it.
I know.
I
Voss is very dangerous. I've honestly never been comfortable around him.
He's a good person. He is. I know
If
he
he
is. He just. He doesn't know how to be, but he is. I know he is. He's always been good to me.
Do you know anything about Voss's past before you met him?
Just a little.
What did he tell you?
He. What is it you guys are always telling me about? Some stories aren't yours to tell.
Oh, I'm not the one telling you that. Okay, I get it. All right. I think in this particular situation, it might be for our safety to know whether or not this is someone we can be safe around.
I don't think he would hurt us.
No, but he might do something stupid to cause us to be a target because we're close to him.
You mean
I
like
mean-
making a deal with a hag?
No, I don't mean like that. I mean more like killing a guard while he's running when he didn't even have to. I mean like literally being covered in blood and deciding it's a good idea to go to a tavern.
All three of them? Voss, Harold, and Venley, they just...
Here's my take on it. I mean, Venley's magic deals with dead things and dead people and resurrecting them and manipulating them, and you know, she's a lot older than us, and so death isn't anything too weird for her. Harold apparently used to work for a serial killer person. And I think by being around Voss, it brings back those memories for him, and I think Voss is just a really bad influence on him. Like, I feel like I can't even talk to Harold anymore, not the way I used to be able to. It's just, it doesn't, none of this feels healthy or okay, and I've been trying to express it for forever, and like, no one will listen, and I really don't want things to have to get worse before anyone does start to listen, that this isn't the best or safest of situations.
But they're our friends.
I know.
So how do we help them? What do we do? You can't change them, so what do we do?
Maybe if they see how much their actions hurt those that they care about.
They've already seen me cry over this. Didn't change a thing.
Gosh, okay, think.
Is this what the city does to people?
No.
Because you seem really well adjusted, but now I'm wondering if it's just because you're better at hiding it than the rest of them, or if you really are a good person. I don't even know what to believe anymore.
Look, I've had to hide my emotions since I was a child. It's just something you work at over the years. And sometimes I'm still not even that good at it.
Why did my dad do this?
What? What did your dad do?
Why did he tell me to come here? Of all the places, why here? I'm so far away.
Oh, I couldn't tell you that. I mean, I've never known anywhere but here. Okay, gosh, I'm sorry, I'm at such a loss for words right now. I think right now, instead of trying to figure out what next step to take, we should probably clean you up.
Did you see the window?
I look at the window for the first time. It makes me uncomfortable.
Mert had it done for us. It sounds like he did it at his expense. We just have to pay him on time.
Mert's a really nice guy.
Yeah. Where's everybody else?
Vinley and Harold wanted to come talk to you. I told them I wanted to come talk to you alone.
Thank you.
And, so last I saw them, they were still back at the place. And then Voss went off to, oh God, what was it called? The Thirsty Tonsil? Thirsty Throat?
Throat sounds more likely.
My tonsil sounds weird, I don't know why. Okay. Sorry, not the point.
Yeah, let's go get cleaned up.
Yeah, let's get you cleaned up and comfortable. It's been a while since we've been back
Thank you, V.
here. Here's the thing. If it comes down to it, if it gets to a point to where Voss is just too dangerous to be around, will you be able to have the strength to do something about it?
What do you mean?
If he is completely unbendable.
What, like?
Like, because here's the thing, people don't change, right? But they can evolve, they can be persuaded.
Are you asking me if I would fight him?
You don't necessarily fight him, but, I mean, yeah?
No. No, I wouldn't do that.
Okay.
I'd try to find another way.
Okay. All right. So, we have like indoor plumbing, right?
Yeah, now you do. As you go to
Yeah. Did we have a bathtub?
yes, although all of the plumbing has been replaced, everything in the top 3 floors has not. There's patched flooring, there's patched walls where the plumbing has been fixed. As you walk into the bathroom, it's still disheveled and dirty and gross looking, but when you turn on the water, it is clean, it works.
Okay. Have you ever had a bath before? I'm 2000, no? This is a great experience. This is a great experience, okay? It's one of my favorite experiences.
How does that work?
I'll explain that some other time. Just know that there are pipes that run underground, okay? And
Is it like a water spell?
yeah, it's a spell. It's magic.
That is incredible.
Magic provided by the city. We can make it as hot or as cold as you want. So if it's too hot, let me know, and we can adjust it. But is there soap and stuff?
Nope.
Okay, well you're just gonna sit in the warm water. And unfortunately we don't have any soap for you, but
It's okay.
When we see, this is really for you to relax. When we see Vinley next, we can get you actually cleaned. Do you want to be left alone? Okay.
Yeah. Would you go find Biblio and make sure he's okay?
Yeah, I'll go find Biblio.
Thank you, B.
Oh, and take off your clothes before you get in the water.
Oh, well, yeah.
I just wasn't sure if you knew.
Thanks.
Okay. Yeah.
Gotten so used to bathing without bathing by getting prestidigitation, but you know.
Right?
Oh, no, she's never taken a bath
Not with running water.
before
I
with
mean, she's
running
taking
water.
it in like a tub.
I don't know your life.
You have to haul the water.
You don't know me. So
I will de-armor and soak in a tub.
while you're doing that, you make your way, same floor, to the past the library into Seisha's room. You're not sure exactly where he is, but as you enter the room, you see an area of furniture where most of the house and all the rooms, all the furniture has been gathered to the center and a linen has been draped over. All of the furniture in this room has been pushed to one corner. As if, and it's not covered, and as you enter the room, you are greeted by the layout, but there's an unfamiliar foul stench of rotting food, as you notice stains across the far wall in the corner, with the corner with the furniture. Most of which seems to have been eaten by a creature, as there is striation marks across the food that seem to be like something wet was wiped across.
Oh, he tried to clean up.
What do you do?
His tongue.
Well, there's Biblio. I walk over.
You look over.
I peer over all the furniture.
You see a book laying on the ground in the corner.
Yep.
Biblio?
As you're looking around, it's easy to tell that some of the workers decided it would be fun to toss various food substances towards the book-like mimic to see what it would eat. With the sound of your feet across the hardwood floors and the softness of your voice, you see Biblio's eyes pop open across its spine as its tongue lashes up and around your arm.
Oh, you do know your name.
And as the sticky ichor wraps around your arm, it seems to pull itself up from out of this pile of furniture.
As gross as this is, it is kind of cute. All right.
As it begins to coo.
Yeah, we're gonna get you to her. I just assume it's what it wants. So I walk back over to the bathtub and I'm like, I got Biblio for you, and surprisingly enough, he's well fed.
Dry my hands off.
It's
like,
You're able to peel him off, but it's tough, and eventually you get it to him, you get it to Seisha.
I dip my arm in your water.
His tongue lashes up the side of your face and drags this goopy sticky saliva across your face.
Ew.
As he just.
I'm gonna leave y'all to it.
You walk away, find your room once again, and as you are relaxing in the tub, you hear a voice in your head, Seisha, as clear as day.
Hey, little angel, letter received. Glad to hear you made it safely to experience what life has to offer, both good and bad. Love you.
Love you too, Dad.
Just rip my heart out like don't
Very
you?
tiring.
We'll set him over on a surface nearby, disengage from him over the course of a minute or two, and just soak down into the water up to here. And just weep.
Do you say anything else?
Is it active?
You just-
Like, do I feel like I can talk back to him?
I don't know.
I'm gonna tell Seisha, hey, I'm gonna be gone for a little bit, but I'll be back tonight. Is that okay?
Yeah,
You good by yourself here with Biblio?
sure.
You sure?
Yeah,
I don't know if you're
I
sure.
think I might be talking to my dad too.
Oh, he's here?
No,
in the
I
bathroom?
heard his voice. Dad?
Okay, yeah, I'll be back.
No, maybe not.
Oh, okay.
I'll be back.
Cool. That's a cool trick, though. Okay, so when you say like sure, is it like a sure or like when we were like yeah sure, but really it's not sure, like when we say we're fine?
Goodbye, V.
Okay. So I'm actually gonna go. I go downstairs and then I kind of say like I'll be back later. Leave. And I'm actually going to get a carriage to Renard's place because I know that's where everyone else probably went.
Okay.
I know no one else is going to come here.
Easy enough. It's gonna be a silver.
I'm pretty sure Voss is the only one who went there.
That's where I went to.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you said you went.
I said I had stuff to grab.
Oh, that's right. Okay.
Yeah.
So,
The fact that no one's here yet,
Yeah.
I knew you all had to go.
Pause on that. About a minute or two passes.
Our reply should be arriving in the next coming 10 day. We know the world can be dark, but that is why we sent the light. You can reply to this message.
Dad, this is really hard. Why did you send me here? Out of everywhere, why here?
Because this is the campaign setting, sweetheart.
I need a shot.
Right?
This is the campaign setting.
As you sit, waiting, minute, 2 minutes, 5 minutes, 10 minutes, then 40 minutes. There is no reply.
Fuck you, Dad.
Damn.
Do you?
She'll soak in the tub until the water is absolutely icy, and then get out, not knowing how to drain it. She'll leave it as is. After dipping her hair in it to get the blood and whatnot off her hair, she will dry off, pick up Biblio, and go up to her tower and just curl up in her tower.
Okay.
And put all of her armor on top of the trap door so that it's too heavy for anyone else to open,
Okay.
except maybe V.
You stay up in your tower, petting your pet Biblio. You begin to drift off into a deep, dark sleep as you slip into an empty void. In that, you see flashes of violence and blood rake across your mind. Then, from the depths of darkness, you find yourself walking endlessly through a plain of fog, obscuring everything you can see. That is until you find yourself as an enlarged, abstract expressionism painting staring at yourself. Your face locked into the horrid visage of pain, sadness, and unyielding, twisting tenacity. Upon your forehead in the painting is a black door with a mouth embedded into its surface. From it spills out the twisting words that float past you. One of us speaks only truth. one of us speaks only lies. To find the knowledge beyond, you must open your mind to where ignorance dies between the lines.
Sure. Are there two doors or just the one?
There's one.
Okay.
It is as if it is speaking to you.
It is yourself as this abstract painting
Yes.
speaking to you.
Okay.
Okay.
You can go ahead and jump to someone else while I think about this.
And
Yep, and with that, we're going to take a break early.
Oh, yeah.
Oh God.
You've got mascara all over your face.
I'm sure.
All
We're gonna take a break.
over your face.
before we jump into
What everybody's having a party over at the Rainier house.
The last thing, as V's in the carriage, she goes, Bob. She goes to check him out for Bob.
as their carriage begins to take off.
Yeah, I'm like, oh,
Darn it.
I have to come back.
All right, and with that, we'll be back in about 15 or so, and enjoy the break announcement fun, and we'll be back soon.
Yeah, for more emotional torment.
It's been a good first half.
Woohoo! How's that taste in there, Dustin?
Delicious.
Yeah.
Welcome back. For those that are just tuning in, you've just, not a whole lot has happened except for an emotional roller coaster of sadness.
We all died.
Inside.
On the inside, yeah.
I got a
Emotional
knife.
heart got stabbed.
Yeah, Voss had a fight in the bathroom, and
many of us
then
do.
had an encounter with Sergeant Staggett again in the Candle Lane because of a body that was left behind. Seisha and V had a heart-to-heart back at the Troll Skull Manor as Harold and V are walking the way back
Finley.
to... Sorry,
Couple
Harold
more
and
letters in
Finley.
that one.
I'm going to blame it on this one. She does
We
it.
talked about the B names before we started the campaign. I decided it was fine. I had to change my name.
Oh my God.
Here we are.
Harold and Finley walking to the Never Ember Mansion as Voss, a couple hours later, takes a carriage to the same place. But we're going to start with Harold and Finley.
Are we at the manor yet, or?
You're walking up the street, yeah.
Okay. Harold's been uncharacteristically quiet.
Same. Except super characteristically quiet. My feet hurt.
We probably should have taken a carriage.
I figured it'd give people time to talk about what they were needing to talk about.
And as you say the word carriage, one pulls up right beside you.
You're the devil.
I have been called that in the past. As I look at the carriage, yes.
It stops, and out steps...
I'm reaching for my rapier, just
Yep.
like,
Out steps a staggering man with blood-soaked blonde hair.
Oh no, that's the devil.
Haven't gone for a wash then, huh? Not even bathroom sink, nothing?
Oh, he's not even looking at me. I take several.
How fortuitous, all of us. Ahead now, join me quickly.
He becomes a
In
lot
Elvish, I say, "What the fuck is going on?"
I reply in Elvish, he's drunk, and he's way more dramatic with his movements when he's drunk. Okay, buddy, I say, Common, let's go. And I will look at you uncomfortably and then head towards the manor. You had a fun night ever since you killed a man, or
Yes.
you've been drinking?
I must apologize to you.
I like how he was very specific there.
I stole your kill from you. No, I saw it. You wanted to murder that man yourself.
I look around to make sure there's no guards. Okay.
It's fair.
No one,
I
no patrols. You see.
saw it. That's fine. I apologize. I know what it's like to not extract revenge from someone you want.
I got my revenge.
Good. That's good.
This wasn't about individual achievement. This was about putting a bad man in the ground.
Really?
Yes, really.
Oh, well. You seem to enjoy the process of watching him dangle from my blades.
I enjoyed the process of watching a man who killed people in fear feel the same fear they did.
Let's go
That's
inside.
Yeah.
I open the door.
All right. And we go.
You walk in, familiar housing.
Smells like tattoos in here. Everywhere.
Okay.
I go. Is Renair here? Or do we see him?
Renair is not currently here.
I go to the pantry immediately. I grab 3 bottles of wine.
Watch the cheese.
I bring them out.
You beat me to it, you bastard.
I do.
I watch that cheese.
Is there, like, in the foyer here, is there furniture that we could all
Oh yeah,
kind of set
yeah.
around?
Like I said multiple times, it's not extravagant. There's no paintings and all. It's just the simple whatever is necessary.
Yeah, there's the parlor just off the foyer where Harold and Finley got shit-faced yesterday.
I place.
He's clean. I can't have him inside like that.
Nice.
I place 3 bottles down on the table.
Vinley, change my hair back.
Oh, I don't actually have the comb on me right now.
I want to know why.
At this point, I had an interesting conversation with the captain of the guard.
And I take the bottle, uncork it, and begin downing it.
Yeah, what'd the guard say?
Well, he wanted to know who murdered the individual hanging from a lamppost. Written in Elvish was, I believe, said, "Don't fuck with elves."
Is that what it said?
Nobody fucks with elves anymore.
I am sorry.
It's okay. It's not your fault. You can't read it.
I didn't implicate anyone except myself. Seisha would have been proud of me when I told them I murdered that man.
You told them that. You
I
told Stagit
did.
to his face you murdered that guy.
I told him right to his smug fucking face that I drew 2 rapiers straight through his throat, and you know what he did? Find me 5 dragons. 'Cause I did the city a favor.
Feel like a big hero?
I feel immaculate.
Do you feel immaculate because a dangerous man is off the streets or because you ran blood through your hair?
You think you're better than me?
Oh God.
Is that the direction we're taking this?
Oh, yes.
No, we aren't. No one in this room is better than anyone else.
I
we
agree
all
completely.
felt delicious when we killed him for different reasons.
I agree.
But you need to realize you hurt people.
Did I? Who?
Did you not see Seisha running away?
I think right now he's having a hard time seeing anything but himself.
I'm not here to prosecute you, boss. I just want us all to realize that our actions have consequences to everyone in this group.
How do you imagine yourself murdering the Harlequin, Harold?
I don't. I can't.
Really?
Yeah. I'm not capable. None of us are. Maybe some other time some of us could have, but...
Interesting note on that. You're correct. There are more important things to discuss. We have powerful enemies coming after us.
That's true.
We have a powerful noble house, an extremely strong assassin, and a Haeck, all of whom we will meet down the road eventually. We are piling enemies and doing nothing about them, and that has to change now. So, Harold, my blood brother, I ask you, you know the most about the rose.
Yep.
They want us to find this stone.
Yep. That's what we're gonna have to do.
This rose, dangerous.
From what I've heard.
Could kill us at any time.
I imagine if he wanted us dead, us and the tavern will both be gone.
Beyond finding the stone, there's very little we can do.
Yep. For now.
The hag. None of us understand the nature of the hag, I assume. Yes?
Yes, but Petunia has pretty good grasp on everything.
We will need her later then. So, that leaves us with Family Gathala.
Probably the most powerful of all of our enemies.
Yes.
Yeah.
But more importantly, that's the one we can begin to deal with now.
The trick is that the other two enemies have to work in the shadows. Gathala can literally walk anywhere he wants, say whatever he wants, and it just happens.
And why do you think he's doing that?
Because it's how he does everything.
No. Because we have something he wants.
Via Miliana.
The Harper offered us an option. You both go into the Harpers and she begins spying on her family. That eliminates a problem and gives us an edge on them. Why have we not done that?
Because we're trying to raise a bar, protect children, pay our waitresses like salaries. We have enough problems on our plate than to start focusing on one of the most powerful people in Waterdeep.
And you think one of the most powerful people in Waterdeep won't focus on us?
He has a lot
Maybe
of
he'll
things.
come for Seisha next. Maybe he'll come for you. Eliminate your ability to go to the Blackstaff. Brought the magistrate to our door, after all. Clearly has sway within the city.
All things we don't have.
Exactly.
We have to swing at our weight class, Voss. If we start swinging too early, they're going to squash us like the cockroaches we are.
Hence, the Harper. As long as she is with us, he will continue to rain shit down on top of us.
You're asking me to send my best friend in with a family that doesn't care about her to live a life that will make her miserable, all so that we can get revenge on a guy who's just pettily trying to take me away from her. He doesn't care about any of you.
Petty. How many lashes did the magistrate give you?
Do you want me to take off my shirt and show you? Oh, come on. The fact of the matter is, what happened to me was fucking shitty, and I'll find a way to get back at the Gathalas. And sure, the Harpers is definitely a good option for that. But you think I'm going to put V in a situation that makes her miserable without making absolutely sure every precaution is taken so that she'll be comfortable? Then you're dead mistaken.
What precautions will you take?
The answer is I'm not sure. We're going to have to look at it from every perspective. We're going to have to look at things. We're going to do some research. And I'm going to have to talk to that Harper and figure out what he knows.
We have so much time to do all of these things, right?
I'm more worried about things like the deal that was made and Pixel. The deal I made, where we don't even know if Pixel in a few years is going to turn into a hag. We have to worry about things like that and like waitress salary and making sure we have a place to live. I don't give a fuck about the Gathalas. There's only one Gathala I give a fuck about, and she's with us, and I can keep an eye on her. If he starts ramping up and putting more pressure on us, then yeah, I'll make a bigger effort. But there's nothing I can do about the rose except find the stone. There's nothing I can do at all about the Gathalas.
We have to find the stone.
And that hag is not going to show up until she wants to be found. I mean, like, there's nothing we're going to do to find her. Nothing. I'm sorry. Like, there's an I understand that we have extremely powerful people that we need to be working on. I think the first thing we should do is find the stone. Because unlike the Gathalas, who have to work within the means of the law, and unlike the hag, who has to hide at every cost because if she ever gets caught, we'll kill her, the rose can just kill us at a heartbeat. anytime he wants, sends in the right guys and take us out. We have an option there. We can find the stone. How I'm going to get him all his money, we're just going to hope we find the money on the way to that stone. But I think that's the more viable
All
option.
his money.
You see, when I got taken out of prison, I owned a hefty fine. They paid it, so now I owe it to them.
How much?
Something like 1,000 plus gold.
Ah! More shit raining on us.
Not on us, on me.
No, Harold. Do you remember what the bald fucking monk said? We're all in this together, and I remember you explicitly telling me at one time we would ride or die together. Right?
Yeah. You might notice that we're missing a couple of people because they're probably wondering whether or not you're really ready to ride and die with them. You know, Seisha is a great influence on you. And I wish I could say the same back, but you're not a great influence on her yet. I keep telling you that you need to change, and you're not showing her that, man. I know exactly how you felt. But we are not a team. It's killing me. It's killing me.
Thoughts?
I agree with Harold, frankly. Had I not been in the state I was during that fight, I would have been scared of you, Voss.
All right.
I'm not saying I'm any fucking saint. I sat there and looked in his eyes and waited till the life left them. I'm just as fucked as the rest of us.
I think it would be best then to do two things. One, we'll begin retracing our steps with the stone, the warehouse, and the sewer.
Oh,
The thing has it.
I only know one way back.
Yep.
We're gonna have to go in that halfling couple's house, aren't we?
You deal with that mess.
Great.
They're not fond of me.
I can't imagine why. I will deal with that.
Two, I think it's best if I live apart from the group for a time, at least a week, to let her settle.
I think that you underestimate our friends.
You underestimate her.
I think that she
You know, you just told me I was a terrible influence. And now you're telling me to go back.
I'm saying when I screw up, the first thing I do is I apologize. Face to face. And I live with it. Moving away for a week, you're asking for trouble. First of all, like you said, we have incredibly powerful people after us, and that puts you in a very, very compromised position. Secondly, we have to think of it from the perspective of if we're trying to remain a team, that means we stick together.
No matter what.
We've done some shitty stuff before. This, ultimately, we got the job done. There's a very bad man dead, and regardless of how we feel or how we felt while we did it, he's dead, and it's because we took action. We, a group. I'm not going to sit here and send letters to you hoping we run into each other in the right place at the right time. We are a damn good team. It's just we need to start compromising, I think.
Know what the real difference is between everyone at this table and them?
A lot of experience killing people.
Yes. I am a killer. It is what I am and what I do best, and I cannot compromise that. It is the one strength I have.
I don't agree with that, but okay.
So, I will stay away for a few days, nonetheless.
You're
But-
welcome to do that, but I think they're going to see that as cowardice. I don't, but I think that's how they'll perceive it.
Maybe I am.
You aren't. Stick around.
I'm getting really tired of you contradicting everything I fucking say.
Here's the problem, Voss. I don't think you had a lot of people saying you were wrong before you met us. That's the difference. If people don't tell you you're wrong, if people don't try to correct you, you won't change. I'm here because I care about you and because I care about them, and if any of them were wrong, I'd say they were wrong. I was wrong tonight. You were wrong tonight.
I was wrong tonight.
I think it was a little more personal for you than others. All I'm saying is, we can't be trying to splinter more now. And you don't have to be happy with me. I don't give a fuck. But I would be unhappy with myself if I lied to you and pretended that everything was okay. It's like, you're just a killer. It's fine. Go live by yourself. Who cares? I fucking care. We all care. The reason people are upset is because they care. You just have a hard time accepting that people care about you.
Why?
Because you're one of us. Because you're a BFG. Whether you like it, or you like the name, or you like the people, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. You're one of us now. You're family whether you like it or not. You got conscripted in. I don't give a fuck if you don't like it. That's it. The end.
I reach over and I punch him.
Go for it.
Make an attack at disadvantage.
A natural one.
Natural one. You see it broadcasted and you just sidestep.
I literally, I shove him out of the way after he punches.
You're a lot drunker than you realize because you stand up and take a step, and the rush of standing up hits you, and you go to swing, and in your mind you think it's a haymaker, but it's like a... As you shove him down, and you just stumble and fall into the coffee table that's there, breaking as it kind of shatters a bit, and you kind of stumble to the ground.
I get back up and I try it again.
All right. Harold's just staring at you.
Boys.
17.
That hits. 100%.
1 plus your strength modifier.
Hand-to-hand combat is proficient. That's sneak attack damage.
It is not considered a finesse weapon.
Is it only finesse weapons? Okay. You take 1 point of damage then.
1 point.
It becomes that for monks.
I stagger backwards.
Oh, hold up.
pull
You
my
take
wands.
you take 1 point of damage.
Okay.
And pull out both my wands.
Oh my god.
Ow.
Now we are going to stop acting like children.
Do children usually hit that hard? Because that really hurt.
I go for him again. 13.
Matches. Is that hit?
Hits.
All right, go for it. Another one.
Another 1 point of damage.
Alrighty.
So again, he clocks you across the face.
I want V to show up right now.
I stagger back.
They're at the bar, aren't they?
They're not.
we're at
No,
The
they're
manor that you went to.
yeah.
Oh, God.
Are you having fun with this, or? You know, I was more worried you were just gonna walk away because you didn't care, but it's clear I'm really hurting your feelings. And I give you a shit-eating grin.
I draw weapons.
Okay.
I cast Magic Missile at 2nd level.
Whoa! Whoa!
Oh, yeah.
No, wait.
No,
That was
go ahead.
said.
Roll damage.
Go ahead.
Jesus Christ.
When do I walk in? When do I walk in?
Hold on.
God damn it.
It's 5. 5 to 4.
Hold on, it wasn't in the.
No.
Okay.
6. That's 6.
No, that one wasn't in the.
I think she
No,
would be
I'm still
okay
counting.
with your question.
Okay, so
Just saying.
Okay.
Oh my god.
11 points of damage.
Cool.
Oh my god.
That is not good.
As you draw weapons, the wand. Which one are you casting from?
The bone.
The bone. The bone glows a white, hot light as a familiar 4 beams come out and catch you from both sides.
What are you doing?
I told him to stop.
Everybody calm down, please, for the love of God. We're not here to kill each other. I'm sorry.
I'm a doctor.
A doctor of medicine? Because you just nearly obliterated him. Are you okay? Let's all relax. Breathe. Please put your swords away. You hit me. You got me. I'm bleeding. It's calm. We can all calm down. Let me heal you. For God's sakes. Please don't.
Finish it.
No?
You hear the door begin to open.
Please put your swords away before Renair kicks us out.
I throw them to the fucking ground and then I go upstairs.
Okay.
As you're walking back through the main foyer hallway, you see Vio Miliana walk into the door.
Voss storms past you up the stairs. Voss storms past you and walks up the stairs.
You guys are in the kitchen?
They're in the
foyer.
the
foyer?
parlor right
The living
off.
The
room.
foyer, right? The foyer.
The salon.
The sitting room.
Yep.
Okay.
You walk in, you see 2 rapiers on the ground.
He's got a busted lip.
Hi.
Should have gotten here sooner. Are you okay?
Yeah, I'm fine.
He hit you?
I earned it. I was talking a lot of shit. It's okay. Trust me, it was better than what you did.
He drew weapons, Harold.
I could have talked him down.
We're locking him in the basement.
Well, no, we're not going to lock him in the
We're
basement.
locking him in the basement.
How we don't even know this thing has a basement.
Yes, we do. You were locked in it. The fighting room.
Y'all locked me in the basement?
It was the basement, right? Yeah. You don't remember being locked in the basement?
I don't remember anything about that day.
We were locked in there?
Yes.
Just don't believe it.
It's for your own good.
Why don't we just let him sleep? Just let him sleep. Trust me, we don't want to go in there.
You don't.
Because if he gets in a fist fight with you, we all know how that's going to end up, and I don't want to get a mop.
Fine.
I only have limited supplies in my healer's kit.
Does this room have a window?
I'm going to take the 2 rapiers. I'm going to tie the guillotine string around a garrote. Sorry, the garrote.
That too.
The guillotine string.
Bend a giant blade.
There's a string on a guillotine.
Yeah, I just roll one in and
It's
like
like a
tie
mini
it up.
guillotine, you just shove
You know
the
what
head hole
Anyways,
and
you
just push
the,
it. Tink!
Yeah, I'll tie
Alright, locked in place.
You take the,
I'll tie
you
the
take the
garrote
two,
wire,
the
yeah.
2 garrote wires around it. Yeah.
Yeah, and I will set those aside and prepare to take them and lean them against his door.
No.
Oh, well, I don't say that out loud. I just tie it up and I put them down. So he is drunk.
What happened?
Well, he got drunk.
Okay.
We got
And
into an
then-
argument.
We got into a bit of a tiff.
I'm sure that was fun. He's a very good listener.
He's drunk. You know how I'm like a fun drunk? He's an angry drunk. Well,
Voss!
I
Angry.
know. And I was trying to explain to him that he was one of us, regardless of how he felt, because he wanted to.
The same way Seisha tells him maybe 3 times a day and he still doesn't listen.
Some people are harder-headed than others.
Some people don't care.
He cares. That's the thing. He wouldn't have punched me if he didn't care.
Wow. I'm sorry. I'm gonna need you to convince me on why the hell that makes sense.
If he didn't care, he'd have just walked away. Because I was saying those things and it was getting to him, he didn't want to admit it was true.
He starts a fight with literally anyone we come across.
That's not true. It's not like he's like going around in bathrooms attacking people.
No, I mean, what I mean is he doesn't trust or care for anyone we come across and would be willing to cut them down right then and there every time.
Yeah, that's probably fair. But he cares about us.
Cares about you.
No, he cares about us. Maybe
Well, Seisha.
Maybe
And
Seisha.
children for some reason. Not gonna lie, that one surprised me.
That's none of my business.
Okay.
Well, how are you doing? Are you okay?
Yeah.
Seisha didn't hit you?
No. Why would Seisha hit me?
These are the jokes, V.
These are the jokes.
Seisha
Is she okay?
is taking a relaxing bath. Back at home. Well, the tavern.
How is it?
The tavern part is beautiful, and there's running hot water. Leaf wants to know where we are and is expecting us and misses us, and I think he's lonely. You forgot about him too, didn't you?
Yep.
Yeah.
Well, you know, he's my first ghost friend, so I hope he'll be a little forgiving.
My ghost guy.
My ghost guy. I will. I guess we'll head back there as soon as. I mean, do we know that like maybe tomorrow is the day they should be completed, or is it, or like now that she's confirmed that they're done?
There's a day of painting, so it'll be not tomorrow, but the next
Got
day
it.
that everything will be ready and perfect.
Okay, cool. And we'll. I guess I'll make a trip out there and say hey to Leaf or something. What about Seisha? Is she coming back here, or do we need to go see her there? I just want to make sure she's all right.
If you went to see her, you're going to have to go to the tavern. She's there with Biblio.
Maybe a night alone might. I don't know. I don't know what the right move here is. What do you think? She thinks she needs time alone?
I was actually considering going back there tonight, but now I'm not so sure that's a great idea.
I would really
What's
like it
happening
if
over here?
you were around me.
In case a certain someone decides to attack you in the middle of the night.
I just don't want him drunkenly punching me in my sleep. I've had that happen before, and it's terrible. They put the blankets
Lock
over your
him
head and they just
in
punch
the
you.
Basement.
We just prop a
Till
chair under
he's
his
sober.
doorknob, but then he'll punch the door until it breaks or some
That's-
shit. That man is stubborn enough to take his forehead through the door and reach for the doorknob.
You think he'd survive that?
With his head? Yes.
Yeah, we should just lock him in the basement.
How are you going to lift him into the bait? Okay, you know, that was a dumb question. That was a really dumb question. No, I'm not going to lock him in the basement. He's fine where he is. I promise the moment his head touches the pillow, he's going to pass out and then puke on it. And that will be hilarious.
It's gross.
But it is
He's got to
hilarious.
clean it himself.
No prestidigitation for him.
Finley, how are you doing?
Oh, I'm fine. A lot's happening, and I don't know how to work through these emotions that I have right now.
Let's avoid magic missile in the future.
I'm
To
sorry.
work through emotions.
I'm sorry, what?
I hit him.
He drew on me.
Hit
Voss.
Voss?
He drew weapons on Harold, so I was going to knock him unconscious.
Good.
And I can't hit people, so magic's the only real thing I have.
No, it's fine.
I'm not saying, I mean,
That's why I learned medicine. So
I wouldn't say in front of Voss how relieved I was you did that. But I was incredibly relieved you did that. I'm just glad he didn't get seriously injured. And
No.
I'm too tired to heal him up.
Harold, that's why I study medicine.
It's fair.
Okay.
If I'm gonna do something, I need to know how to undo something.
Here's the deal. Seisha is an absolute emotional wreck. I didn't realize it, but I mean, it makes sense. She's been completely uprooted from everything she's ever known. You know, she came to start some fun adventure, happy-go-lucky life with her
Oh,
BFF that her dad helped take care of, and then she just kept asking, like, why would my dad send me here? Why would he do this? Oh my gosh. And
Maybe I should go talk to her.
if you want to. I just know that
No?
I don't think so.
Okay.
I just she's just very emotionally vulnerable right now, and she's just trying to make sense of it all.
I think we all are. Maybe not on her scale, but I know I'm screwed up. My lips bleeding.
Well, you let yourself get hit.
I mean, I pushed him through that table. Oh shit! I broke Renier's table.
Can you?
It's not worth it. I'll explain it.
I don't know if I can fix that. It's a table. Can't really hold it.
I've got a broom. There's lots of trash cans. How are
Probably
you?
a table that was carved.
Are you
it's not
okay?
something you can really nail back together, huh?
It was a nice table.
It was a very nice table.
Was.
Are you okay?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Natural 20. I can read my best friend.
She is not okay, but she is not about to tell you what's wrong.
That's fair.
And yeah, she's fine. She's cool. You know?
Well,
She had time to wear everything off. Okay, okay. I am not usually in charge. Okay. Here's what's up.
Okay.
We lock Voss in his room.
why don't we just wait and see if he stays there?
Take his weapons away from him.
We have him.
Right. Keep them from him
Okay.
until we know if it ever becomes safe enough to give back to him. Then and only then will he get his privileges back.
He tried to bite the dude's ear off.
He's not getting his weapons back.
Well, until he's sober. They're still his.
Fair.
But
But still, I just
look, before
don't feel safe around him. Ever. At all.
I think that
I don't feel like you guys are safe around him.
we just have a lot of things to work on. I just want to be sure that if something's going on with you and you want to talk about it at any point, maybe not now, at some point, I'd listen.
I mean, anything I'm worried about right now is honestly the least of this group's concern. I've made my opinion, I've made my voice pretty clear on where I stand, okay? I care about you, Seisha, and Venli, and Voss doesn't even put in effort.
He's the reason I'm alive. I would have died.
He just can't show it the way that we can. He can't care the way that we do.
It's like he doesn't even try to get to know us.
I think from the world that he's from,
The world that he can't talk about and so secretive.
I mean,
We haven't really asked.
yeah.
How much do you know of me, V? Where am I from?
You're from, you told me about it. You just didn't name it. You just spoke about it in vague terms, and you had issues with your family, and
I think that's.
Yeah.
I think what she's saying is that's the kind of terms we've all kind of been speaking in for the most part, especially him. We don't know why he cares about kids so much. We don't know
Right.
why he loves to kill so much.
We don't. You have to understand that, some of the people we've seen giving speeches in the middle of Waterdeep, these generals are just like him.
No.
You think that.
They just get glorified.
But you don't know what those people are like, what they had to do to get into positions. The fact of the matter is, a lot of people who are raised in combat just naturally get a satisfaction out of knowing they're safe once they've killed somebody.
Voss doesn't bring anyone safety when he kills somebody.
He saved my life, he saved yours, he saved all of us at least once.
What
We're
is
not,
his-
we're not saying you're wrong, V. We're just saying.
You have to look at it from a
In
perspective.
my opinion, he brings more danger to us than safety. I mean, he's literally a wanted man.
I mean, technically,
He
so
killed
am
a
I.
guard.
Where he's from, there
Wherever
are,
that is.
there probably aren't guards.
Maybe he shouldn't have come here.
Maybe, but he did, and he's part of us now. We have to give him this chance. If we don't, one day he might be the guy we're fighting. If we have the opportunity now to change him, then we have to take that opportunity. We have seen firsthand that he cares. Look at him in Pixel. He gives a fuck. He does give a fuck. He just doesn't want you to know he gives a fuck.
I can't help but feel like he only cares about those that he believes are innocent. Naive.
I'm not innocent. Nor naive. Yet he presumably stopped whatever he was doing going after that maniac to stop and help me.
I'm just saying that if people had not given me a chance, I wouldn't have even made it far enough to become your friend. I'm not saying you gotta completely trust him or anything, especially now that he's hurt your trust.
I tried to talk to him one time. It was about stealing. And he turned the conversation around to see if I would be willing to turn against and maybe even potentially kill my own family. That's something I might be interested in doing.
I think...
Who asks that of someone?
Someone that's very broken.
Someone who's very scared.
Someone who doesn't have family.
I'm sorry, I just can't trust him. He hasn't shown me any reason why I should. Even when I did actually talk to him, he just turned everything back. He just turned the whole conversation around.
I'm not saying you're wrong. I might look real stupid if he does something really, really bad.
I feel like he already has. Look, I get that, you know, if we're gonna stay together as a group, we have to work together, which is fine and all, but if he does anything that I think would seriously harm any of you, I think you guys know where I would stand on that.
I agree.
And if he tries to threaten me or tell me that I have to go steal money from my family or tell me that I have to go kill them or do anything to them, I don't want him anywhere near them. I don't trust him. He doesn't know what family means. He doesn't know what it is.
Maybe we can show him. But you're right. For now, he should be kept away from your family. You're absolutely right. Look, I've already made it clear to everybody that anything that involves the Gathala family comes through you first and then me. This is your deal.
And
No one's gonna,
you.
no one's gonna make a move until you've given an okay.
I just can't. I want to believe you, but then I think back all the times, time and time again, we have told Voss not to do something, and he turns around and goes and does it. And I'm sorry, but actions speak louder than words to me. And he has a lot of actions.
I know.
If he really wants this group to work, this group that he doesn't even, he keeps expecting us to leave him at any turn possible. Like, gosh, sorry,
I understand your frustration.
It's like he expects us to leave him behind. Why wouldn't he do the same if that's what he really expects of us? That's not what he really believes we would do.
Maybe he's just really hopeful.
That we'll leave him behind?
That we won't. And he just doesn't want to admit it to himself. that he's actually kind of liking this. I mean, let's be honest. We've never had a crew before. It's always just been me and you, and honestly, I'm really enjoying myself. Despite all the awful things we've gone through since this. Gone through a lot of good things too, you know? It's weird. It's different.
It's messy.
It is. But that's because neither of us have really had anything like this before. And I don't want it to change us or change anything in a negative way. It's just going to be growing pains. You're still my best friend.
Look, I'll believe Voss wants to change when I see it. If that's something he wants, he's gonna have to put in the effort, but just don't be surprised when he's the kind of person who doesn't believe people can change. I believe people can change, but they have to want to. After tonight, I can't imagine him wanting to change. I've never seen him that happy before.
Maybe he was just reliving a life he used to, feeling a sense of normalcy in a sea of madness that is the city.
If that's normalcy, I don't want any part of it.
Used to be normalcy for me.
You used to kill people like that and revel in it and put blood in your hair?
No, but I used to kill people and revel in it.
I thought you just worked for someone who killed people.
Yep. But, you know, it's not the guy at the top doing the killing. Not always. Not usually. I wasn't strong or capable. But, you know, my hands aren't clean.
Do you believe I'm gullible?
You?
Yeah.
No. Not anymore.
Okay.
Why?
Can I roll insight on that?
Yes.
I always forget that's an option. I never do.
D&D, the best.
It doesn't make sense
D&D
for
Beyond.
her to...
2.
Sure.
Seems like he's being honest.
Sure, has to be nice. Okay, I believe you.
Look, I should have been more honest with you from the beginning about who I was before.
What did you think was going to happen when I first left home?
I thought you weren't ever going to speak to me again.
No, that's not what I mean. When I came back and like I was like, oh, what did you think was going to happen after I told you my grandmother died?
I don't know.
Okay, when we first started this little group that kind of got pushed together.
What I thought would happen to you?
Just
To us?
pretty much, because it kind of seems like you were planning on taking the secret to the grave with you.
It's not because I wanted to keep a secret from you. It's because I don't like the guy that I used to be. You know, I'm Harold now.
That's fine. You've changed because you wanted to. I don't care who you used to be. I care who you are now. But in my opinion, that's the difference between you and Voss.
That's why I want to believe in him. Because I don't want to sound patronizing to Voss or anything, but I see a lot of myself in him. A lot of the same confusion I had. You know, I mean, I made friends. You know, the closest thing I had to a friend before you was 3 Strings, but nothing prepared me for the friendship we had, that we still have.
I just Look, you're my best friend and I care about you, and I don't want you to be upset if or when it doesn't work. Okay, because I've experienced firsthand, you can't change people. They have to want to change. You can wish and hope and do everything you can, but it's not up to you. And if this continues, the cycle, it's gonna be harder on you than it'll ever be for him. Okay? It's not your job to fix people, but you can help guide them. Okay?
Thanks, V. I'm gonna sleep.
Yeah, no, I'm tired too at this point.
Finley, are you okay?
Yeah.
I love it. I love
12.
Most in denial group ever.
5. I believe you.
Maybe not.
Maybe not.
With a 5?
Yeah.
The worst I ever. I'm great!
Well, actually, it's technically 6, but...
You get that, like, she's had a rough day. All of her friends in her last, 240 years of life, the only people that's ever cared about her, are all yelling at each other all at once. And she's been stabbed multiple times. She's having a kind of hard day. But
better.
all in all, she's alive, so she's fine.
Right. Technically true.
Yeah, she's fine.
Technically fine.
Why don't we all get
Silver
some
lining.
rest, breathe, sleep, meet up again tomorrow morning.
Do you want me to stay here, or should I go back to,
We can stay here and keep an eye on him.
Yeah, if you want to head back, we'll keep an eye on
And keep an eye on Seisha.
when you got punched in the face? Keeping
I've
an eye
had
on him.
worse.
Alright, that's fair, I guess. Honestly, I believe you two could take them anyways. I honestly believe most people could take them.
Harold rolls his eyes.
But
As
that's
long
just
as
me.
I see him coming, I think I can take him.
Hey, thanks for coming back.
Oh, that was the saddest fist bump ever.
I hug V.
Yeah, I will also hug B.
She hugs. Bleh. No.
Enveloping us both quite easily.
off the ground.
Yeah.
The two spindly little.
Alright.
And then,
You make your way back.
Make my way back.
You two make your way back to your rooms.
yeah.
Can I stay in your room? I don't... Just in case.
Totally. You can take the. Yes, you can take the bed. I was thinking for a second we might have been in the tavern. I'm tired, and I was
mean-
like, there isn't really a bed.
Yeah.
It's all good.
I was gonna say we could push the other bed in that room, but neither of us are strong enough to do
It's don't sweat it. You can take the bed. I'll take the floor.
that. Okay.
And then I'm going to head upstairs, take the rapiers. I'm going to make sure V's gone. I'm going to prop him next to his door and then head up.
I'm gonna grab the bottles of wine and head up.
Speaking of leaning your effects up against your door, when you walked up,
Oh no.
what did you do?
We're on different floors.
I check for traps.
For those who don't remember, Laven kicked his door in.
Oh, that hurts.
6.
Was that with disadvantage?
Yes.
Okay.
The other one
Oh,
was a
that
whole
was
lot
sad.
better.
The other
Yeah,
was a
6.
20.
It looks busted. Your hair that is glued to
Oh,
the frame
yeah,
is
it's-
completely gone, but yeah, from the frame you can actually see where the lock itself had been busted in. But it was reclosed.
How very polite of him.
I slowly turn the knob and
As you turn the knob, you hear boom as the door handle is actually a little bit tougher to turn now, and because it was kicked in, but nothing happens.
You're so mean.
I come in, peer in, close the door behind me. I doubt I can lock it anymore.
You can try.
I will try
Okay.
to lock it.
Got it? You believe it's locked.
It clicks.
Yeah.
I search the room for anything he might have left. Traps, things
Make an
like...
investigation check.
So I 4 again.
4.
Oh, 6, sorry.
You quick glance, blurry-eyed, like kind of the vision's starting to go in and out, and
Harold hit me.
you look around. Your side hurts real bad on both sides, and you know it's nothing. You're trying to look for something, but you can't even really focus on anything right now. It has been a long time since you drank this much.
It's been a long day.
And it's been a long day, and you can't even really focus on looking straight right now.
I strip down to nothing.
Okay.
Got it?
Lay my clothes out as neatly as I can. Is there a mirror in here?
There's.
I look in it.
You see yourself, but blonde.
You see starting from the neck, your skin wrinkled and hardened from the multiple burn scars that cover your entire body.
You trace your finger over your chest, where Seisha stabbed you.
A new scar on top of the old.
Put the mirror back on the desk and I go to sleep.
You close the armoire. It's like armoire open, and it was
Yeah.
on the door. So you close it, and then you,
Gotcha.
as soon as your head hits the pillow, you're out,
Gotcha.
and everybody can take a long rest.
Yeah. I might actually get some stuff to do
You make
now.
your way back to Troll Skull Manor. You search the rooms. You do not find Seisha. But when you go to check the tower in her room, it seems that the drop door is not locked, but something heavy is upon it. Could be Seisha. Could be just a stack of books.
Okay. I just let it be, and I go to bed.
Okay. Yep.
Your bed is like pushed, and actually is like.
I got the master, so...
But everything has been pushed in the center
Oh, right, because they clean
because they're repainting and cleaning and fixing everything, and so you undo it, and there is no bed frame. There's just a mattress right now.
Where'd my bedroom go?
Dicks.
It was really nice woodworking.
Good.
Okay.
And you go to sleep.
Okay.
And the next morning, you wake up relatively early,
I know void.
and you gather your things.
I know what to do.
I'm gonna
Go walk around the house and check everybody's
Find
room.
V in her room.
B, get up.
What's going on?
We're going to Rainier's. Come on. It's important.
Alright. So I was up later than you.
It takes a few minutes.
Yeah,
but
but
you're
I'm willing to bet I had weirder dreams.
Oh, like what?
Like, weird.
Like what kind of weird?
Like, big abstract paintings speaking in riddles weird.
Oh,
Yeah.
Been there, yeah. How many times do I get? Like 3 times a week.
Got it. So you all head and make your way to Rainier's. You grab the books that
I
you want to
do.
grab, and then Voss. Go ahead.
I go and grab a book as well.
Okay.
I grab the dog book.
It's missing.
Where's the dog book?
It's missing.
You go to look for it. It's
Get
not
in the
there.
carriage.
Wait, where's the dog book?
I have it. Get in the carriage.
Okay.
That's the plan.
Wait, I checked,
Cunning plan.
I checked on Bob last night. I forgot to say that.
Okay,
Okay, he's
He's dead.
He's dead.
he's pretty wilted.
No, Bob! I water him.
Okay.
okay. He puts
That's
him
all I
on-
know to do. I go
Okay,
like,
got it.
like a spruce.
I'm going to pay the carriage for extra speed.
Okay. Got it.
All right. I'm coming back down because I had to go check on Bob. I'm sorry.
Yeah, no, it's all good. You make your way towards Rainier's. Voss, you wake up with a splitting headache.
Good.
I get up. Despite how I feel, I want to force myself to do morning calisthenics.
Okay, you do. It hurts, but the pain is a reminder.
Yep.
And as you begin to do your morning stretches, exercises,
You see something on the floor that must have been knocked over in the night in your drunken stupor.
it is a folded up piece of paper.
Uh-oh. Do they have
And you realize that it's actually wrapped around something.
Oh, yeah.
And as you open it, there is a small sack of coin.
Oh! Beetle and Grimm.
There is a sack of coin, and as you empty it out, you count 50 gold. You remember the amount of money promised to you and your group from Davil, and if you would please read the letter out loud.
Voss. Vase.
There you go.
No, that's not what. There it is.
Bitch.
What does it say?
I trust the evening went well for you and your companions. Take time to rest, mourn, or whatever else you need to do. Put this particular work behind you. You'll find your payment in the pouch, 50 gold for your troubles, and a special coin that will help you identify yourself to those that matter. Like it or not, you're family now. Don't worry, little brother. Family doesn't have to like each other, they just have to look out for one another. I hope your flaccid ears and quick temper don't keep you from accomplishing your goals. Rather, I should say our goals. Welcome to the Doom Raiders. Someone will be in touch.
Oh. I'm sure it's fine.
I take the coin, stow it. I take the letter. I would like to burn it.
Easy enough?
Easy enough. It is gone.
Taking all the money?
I didn't say that. And you don't know that money exists.
I know. I'm just saying as a player. Rude.
Yeah, you can go ahead and keep that.
You know what's rude is calling someone's ears flaccid.
let me see it.
That's just it's just too much. You took it too far, Blaven.
I burned the note, but I have very mixed feelings about that.
Nobody calls
sure
my
you
ears
did.
flaccid. Nobody.
I finish up in the morning, however, put my clothes back on, pick up the pouch of 50 gold. Do I hear anybody stirring?
You're actually, everyone at about this point, if you're not awake already, you are awoken by the enticing sounds of
An aromatic fragrance and fresh breakfast being made. Seisha and Vinley, you walk in at this time as well.
Switch it.
Station
Yes,
B.
there you go. Seisha and V. Yeah, wow.
That was quick.
You all come down to see Rainier, once again adorned in full apron and chef hat, serving out equal portions of an arugula and pistachio pesto quiche, served with a side of berries and cream.
Oh, yeah, I think you're real special, don't you? Your fancy breakfasts. Okay, will you teach me to cook?
I was just about to offer.
As you all enter, sitting at the table waiting for you is a familiar, scrappy young man with medium-length ash-brown wavy hair, and his signature 3-string lute sits in the corner.
Okay, you're gonna wait a minute. Everyone get down here now!
Hey Harold, I think you need to wake up now.
What?
Stacia's here.
Shit. He immediately comes running down the stairs.
What happened to your lip?
I got punched.
Oh. Where's everybody else? Wait, who punched you? You didn't get punched.
Voss.
I answer.
Oh,
Voss punched him last night.
yeah.
Why?
I was talking shit.
Well, yeah, but why? You always do.
I was talking pointed shit.
Oh.
I was a little unhappy. I'm still a little. Hey, Three Strings! Hey!
Is this a bad time?
A little bit. Just.
But
just
you're here
hang
now!
on. Hang on. Go stomping upstairs.
Oh, she's upset.
You see
You know what? Let it happen.
two
More bacon?
rapiers
Yeah.
wrapped in some metal twisted wire leaned up against the door that looks obviously kicked in.
Oh, God.
Us. Five seconds. 4, 3.
I opened the door.
You think these are yours?
Here's the gold from the job last night. Split it out amongst the group.
Okay, well, I need you downstairs.
Okay. I look at that, unwrap the 2 garrote, still had in my pocket, sheathe the rapiers, kind of fiddle with the dagger I got last night.
Okay.
But I follow her down. Let's go.
Right answer there.
All right.
You guys walk down.
Is everybody in the kitchen?
Everybody is in the dining room at the table, and there is
Seat in between all of us.
I've taken a piece of ice out of my thing and I've got it on my lip.
All right, good. Now that everyone's here, I think it's time we discuss what plans we have and strategize how to circumvent the predicament we have found ourselves in.
I think she ordered to speak first.
There's something else we need to do first.
okay.
You're gonna be in for some awkwardness, bud.
Can we talk first and then you deal with family matters?
I think you should just let the paladin do what she wants.
Who is that speaking?
Renair.
Okay.
Renair's been our guest, our host for a while. We have to give him the benefit of the doubt, I think.
If it cannot wait, I understand.
Just let him get it out.
But if not,
3 Strings came all the way here for a reason.
So did I.
I hope only one of you is gonna play the lute.
I'll tell you what, I don't need to say a thing. She's just going to reach into her bag, pull out the keymaster.
That was loud.
This is happening.
We're going in the dog book?
Sorry, what?
We're going
What
in
is-
the dog book.
what
It's
is
a book
the-
about dog.
We're going on a quest.
That sounds well and good.
Now you can talk.
Okay, I was about to say, that can wait. But as Renee was saying, it's good that everyone is here. For those that are caught unaware, I am a Harper. And I belong to a network of spies tasked with preserving history and keeping the balance of Faerun.
what may come as more of a surprise for those unaware is that I too am a member of the Harpers,
That's not as surprising.
Not really. No.
as well as the Moonstars,
Who are
along
they?
with Eric Wesker, Maloon Wardragon, Vajra Safar, and Sonata Lycianum.
Right.
All
So
of
you
you?
see Renair look to Seisha.
The Moonstars were originally created by Kelvin Blackstaff as a subsect of the Harpers who dedicate themselves to the teachings of Ogma, Mistra, and Salune. Disbanded with Kelvin's death in 1374, we revived the name and its convictions with freedom from being tied to the Blackstaff and that the Greys are.
Held and I spoke about a dangerous mission that we were going to task you, V, with completing.
That was the plan, until I exacerbated the situation when Harold was abruptly arrested under outrageous charges by confronting your father and fabricated our betrothal.
By the way, congratulations. Not on the engagement, but on the fact that you're a damn dunderwhelp.
Fair, fair.
I mean, you could make it not a lie. I'm just saying.
Sorry.
All I can think of to do to get us out of the situation before Elothac forced her to leave at his side, which I could see you did not want to do.
Okay, processing that, but we are thankful. We are thankful, Via Miliana. I must apologize once again. I used subterfuge upon you twice that day. First, when I foolishly tried to win your affection through falsehoods, but secondly, when I specifically...
That was dumb, really dumb.
Anyways, task at hand. When I specifically tried to infiltrate your mind through a series of questions to get you to unknowingly tell me everything about your father. The Harper's original intention was to recruit you, Harold, before you were terminated as her tutor. Upon that, we switched the idea of getting you both ready for the infiltration of her family alone. Now we're left deciphering on what our next move should be, as that is no longer a viable option. Yes.
I'm sorry. Why are we choosing now to tell me all of this?
Because the plans changed, I'm guessing.
No.
On our date,
Why couldn't everyone have just been honest with me in the beginning with their intentions and what they wanted to do with me?
I don't
family
know, this is all news to me.
family can cause people to not make the right choices.
We had to be...
And on
They
a,
didn't manipulate me.
No.
we had to understand what you knew, and on our date, I learned that you knew nothing, and therefore were innocent in all of your father's crimes that we suspect him of. Is there anything that you all know that we do not?
I know that we probably should go about this with a little more tact if we're going to keep
The
everybody
Harpers
on.
do what we do because no one knows what we do. It is how we operate, to know who we can trust. And it is for the safety of Faerun, not feelings, and I'm sorry.
I get it.
The greater good.
Yeah, you're talking to a guy who talks to people for a living. Look, okay, so what's the plan now?
We don't know, because we don't know all the information. Our options are...
Elothark is pissed, and anger tends to cause mistakes. I don't know what's going to come from my outburst. But
If you all can come up with any clever ideas or give us any pertinent information that you may have been privy to in the next coming months, please let us know. But until then,
we need to take a step back. This complicates things, and we need to figure out what we are going to do.
What crimes do you think Elder Gathala is responsible for exactly that would warrant this much attention?
he runs a mine. He doesn't run numbers for other nobles and families. That's a lie. I don't know why he would have kept that from you, but there's something off about this mine. What we've looked into doesn't seem to add up, and it's not just the numbers, but people have gone missing, and it could be as simple as workplace accidents. Mining is a very dangerous job.
What kind of mine?
He mines a metal.
It's known as Gathalian steel. It's one of the strongest metals in all of Faerun, and it's new, very new.
It's how he's,
Stronger than adamantine.
Does it have
Lighter
magical
than mithril.
properties?
We don't know.
Where is this mine?
it's kind of hidden for right now, so we just know that it exists. That's one of the things that we needed you to infiltrate for, is to find out exactly where this mine is. He's kept it very secret, as if anyone else would find where he makes most of his money, well, that could cause a problem for him.
Do you feel that Lord Gathala will move against us?
He already has.
He's
Again.
moved against Harold.
I believe now he's going to come after me. My father and him did not get along. They are too similar.
Yeah. That's the truth.
But more so, you're right. We went about this the wrong way. We did not talk to you first.
We were worried that you would ask your father too many questions too quickly and give away what we were looking into, because of right now he has no inclination of what we have found out.
Who's buying this steel? The
Gathalian.
Thalian, thank you.
Merchants, armorsmiths,
So why
High
can't
end.
we get our hands on some to test for magical properties?
because it is very expensive.
And very high
As
end.
in platinum
Okay,
expensive. A sword costs 5,000 platinum.
what would it cost to get just a small
500
amount
platinum,
of the
5,000
raw
gold.
material? Just a nugget. Or a flake, even.
He's kept everything very locked and key. Again, if someone were to find out the essence of this material.
Can I just real quick with just, and I'm going to like kind of scoot our chair. I'm going to scoot my chair so that we're point alone. I'm like,
You know what? We'll give you a moment.
perfect.
And he nudges Rainier, and they walk out of the room.
I want to know what your thoughts are on all this.
Are you
before we-
two trying to talk privately?
No. Once they leave, I'll
Okay.
kind of with
What
everybody.
should we do?
This is your rodeo.
I don't see anything wrong with checking the mines out.
Okay. If you think that's fine,
We don't know where they are is the problem.
we can ask around. We can find them.
We don't, but there are people who might.
Yeah, we go to these people that are buying these swords. All we have to do is get them to get one manifest, and I can talk to those guys and we can figure
Just need
stuff
to
out.
find distributor.
Yeah.
Or somebody who would be in the know of underground
Or
weapon
someone
trading.
who delivers.
Understand one thing on this. Assuming our associates don't know, you've got one shot to ask a distributor before Gathala knows.
Yep. I agree with that.
If we fail on that, he'll know exactly what we're up to and what we're doing.
I agree completely.
So whoever we're going to find, we need to be damn sure they'll break.
I say we go to an information source, not a merchant.
Me too.
It's a good idea. I think Gariel,
Gariel, the butcher,
Davil.
Davil. We have information sources.
The problem is we need to go to people that aren't going to be asking for like, okay, now give me your firstborn.
Okay, that
There's-
knocks Gariel out then.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think
There
Gariel,
is no
Davil.
one in the underground network who won't ask for a favor back.
I
But
like the butcher. I think the butcher's our best bet.
Can we trust the butcher?
Yeah, he
strikes me as being
he is
incredibly ambivalent.
Yeah, he is straightforward. That man is only here to make money and do
Exactly.
business.
if that
Yeah.
doesn't work, and I pull a coin out of my
He's
pocket,
not going to go out of his way.
we'll ask Davil.
What is that?
That's my membership into the Doom Raiders.
Oh, that's a step.
I believe an asshole decided to leave that for me as a way of letting me into the group.
Is that his last name? I'd go by the Unwashable too if that was the alternative.
Yes, that is absolutely his last name, but keep it a secret.
Okay.
All right.
Believe an asshole.
Oh.
Right?
So you're a Doom Raider?
Apparently.
He's got the medal. So why don't we bring this up to them?
4 of us have titles.
Which one of us doesn't? Is it me? Shit. Shit. I'll get one. I will motion them back in the
Mine
room.
isn't really one I worked for.
So,
Yours means the most.
have we
The heaviest weight.
come up with a plan? I will reiterate, this is not something that needs to be done hastily.
No, it's not something that should be done hastily. This is not something that needs to happen right now. This
Right.
is something we need to step back from and
Take a second.
take a second, because everything that transpired the other day changes everything.
Okay.
Thank you.
I don't think I should be seen going to this informant.
No, and I don't think it's something that'll be happening soon. I think we're just trying to get it in their mind what our plan is, which is generally we're going to look for the distributor, for who's actually getting them out there, and try to get the information out of those people.
I will ask Davil whenever we have a spare moment.
I'm sorry, what name?
Davil?
Davil.
Do not associate yourself with that man. He cannot be trusted. He is a member of the Zentarum, and they are everything that we fight against.
Right. Okay, we definitely won't do that. So,
If he has contacted you...
That's awkward.
Why is that awkward?
I understand. Let me deal with this. We had associations with him in the past. We completed a mission for him. I owed him for getting me back into the city. Honor-bound as I was, I felt it necessary to pay him back, which I did. I apologize if this association strains our relationship at all, but understand that I did pay him back.
No, this is understandable. Hopefully that you have made everything even, and it is better to not be underneath the heel of someone of that caliber.
I agree, being under the heel of criminals is unwanted.
They are a black network. They spread information through subterfuge and more so bring secrets and taint the truth.
so what about the butchers and bakers? How do you guys feel about them?
They supply the meats and breads for most.
Meats and treats.
Yeah, meats and treats?
Yeah.
It's the head of the Butchers and the Bakers Guild.
Okay.
And that's it.
I just want to out of play note, the Harpers don't know about the butchers and fucking bakers. That's who we're fucking going to. Holy shit.
That's really funny.
That was
That's
like the
awesome.
most like, oh, okay, that's the scale they're working on? Got it. All right.
I'm doing the spirit
It's,
fingers.
but
I'm just
also if you
exploding.
remember last time, it literally was just like, oh yeah, I heard some things, but from behind a door. You want to know the information? Pay me for it. He doesn't go around.
Right, exactly.
Well, I apologize for my erstwhile
It's all right.
associations.
You didn't know. We don't know much about Davil and his Doom Rangers. They showed up only about a year ago, but they took over fast. And anybody that can take over the entire operation of Waterdeep Zentarum Black Network,
Specifically if they're targeting Rainier, since he's been abducted twice now.
I understand. I don't want to lay into any paranoia.
Sorry, I thought you were about to relate about being kidnapped.
I understand. Been there. No, I was going to say, since we have to probably go through a nefarious information source, considering you guys have all the unnefarious ones already within network, I'm assuming, who would you recommend?
what do you mean?
Well, the Harpers aren't going to be going to Davil, obviously, judging by reactions. So,
If you delve into that, if you put your finger into that pot, you must be careful, otherwise your finger will be gone before you know it.
Harold,
Okay.
we're not considering that.
right, got it. Just trying to make it clear that if your information sources don't know it, and
I want you to roll a deception check, by the way.
You can roll with advantage because you guys are playing off of each other.
Who rolls?
Roll one each.
you know,
Yeah, that's
Sure,
for
yeah.
the best. That's absolutely for the best.
let's do that.
I'm not a terrible liar, but
Not terrible. That wasn't great.
15.
15?
I roll a 4. That makes it a 13.
Okay.
Whoa! What the what?
I'm sorry.
Okay.
Jesus Christ.
I'm a great liar, but you put me on the spot, man.
Yeah, this is my fault.
I have a -1.
Look,
We'll do it.
we are warning you about things that you do not want to meddle with, but I understand that this information is important to get, especially since our initial ways are now null and void. If there's no other information you have at this time,
May I ask one more question?
Gathala. What is his first name again?
Elithak.
Elithak.
Yep.
Elithak Gathala runs a mine. People have gone missing. Do you believe he could possibly be slaving as a means of...
He's not on our radar of potential nobles who run a slaving network.
So why don't one of us get a job working in the mine?
Because he knows who all of you are.
Yes.
And I've got soft
He
hands.
hasn't seen me.
My hands are so soft.
It doesn't matter if he's seen you or not.
It's lovely.
He knows who
With
you
his
are.
daughter. He
Oh.
knows you're there.
Yeah, I know that's fair.
Also, a lot of people that work at the mine live there.
That's right.
So, if you were to work there,
I have to live there.
In any case, we have options now, I think.
Yeah, and we don't really have any more information, sadly.
We can contact you at the bar. I'm assuming you'll be at least in the area of your home.
he'll probably be at the bar as well. Once your tavern is reopened, I'm sure he'll be leaving this dreadful place.
Do you need a job as a cook?
Perhaps I'll train Stacia and she can take the job.
All the better, I suppose.
No, I have other things I must do.
Understood.
Speaking of other things you must do, looks at the book.
Before you go on some,
Quest.
Yeah.
We are the great ones.
I would like to officially welcome,
Offer. They may not want it.
I'd like to offer you, as Watcher Harold Hovelton and Watcher Vio Miliana Gathala, into the Harpers if you so choose.
Sounds like I just got my title. Is this something you want?
They're a good group.
We're the good guys.
We have a talking horse.
I'm on board.
You see him look over to Renee and goes, still got it.
Natural 20 persuasion check.
Oh!
Beetle and Grimm!
Yo!
Everybody's getting
I
pins.
need you to repeat after me.
Oh God, here we go.
Harpers work against villainy and wickedness wherever they find it.
Harper's.
Is there a hand thing?
There's not a hint thing, just repeat.
I thought you had a hand
You're
thing.
gonna have to repeat it now.
Harper's.
Harpers
Do-
work
Just let him.
Harpers work against villainy and wickedness wherever they find it.
Harpers work against villainy and wickedness wherever they find it.
Find it.
But they work ever mindful of the consequences of what they do.
But they work ever mindful of the consequences they do.
Whatever they do.
Close enough.
All beings should walk free
All beings should walk free
of fear,
of fear,
with the right to live their lives
with the right to live their lives
as they wish.
as they wish.
The rule of law aids
The rule of law aids
peace and fosters freedom,
peace and fosters freedom,
so long as the laws are just
so long as the laws are just
and those who enforce them lenient and understanding.
and those who enforce them lenient and understanding.
No extreme is good.
No extreme is good.
For freedom to flourish, all must be in balance.
For freedom to flourish, all must be in balance.
The powers of the realms, the reaches of the cities, and the wilderlands into each other.
The power of the realms, the reaches of the cities, and
The wilderlands.
Wilderlands.
Yes.
Speaking in
why I-
tandem is this group's Achilles
that's
heel.
why I was like, oh no, oh God, they're gonna make me repeat
I was
things.
trying to read your mouth.
And-
Like,
And the influence of being of one being over another.
And the influence of one being over
the other.
one being over the other.
Whatever it takes, a Harper will do.
Whatever it takes, a Harper will do.
Pride never rules the deeds
Pride
never rules the deeds
of a true Harper.
of a true Harper.
Freedom is a multiversal right.
Freedom is a multiversal right.
Multiversal right.
Though you're doing great. Though Harpers can spare themselves,
The Harpers can.
less freedom than than those they work to protect.
Less freedom than those they work to protect.
When the need presents itself.
When the need presents itself.
Harpers police their own.
Harpers police their own.
A harper who hears the call of a personal power
The harper who hears the call of a personal power
can no longer hear the sweet song of the harp.
can no longer hear the sweet song of the harp.
A harper,
Harp.
it means the same, but a harper who seizes power
A harper who seizes power
and holds it above all else
and holds it above all else
is a traitor to the harp.
is a traitor to the
Is a
harp.
traitor to the harp.
And traitors must die
And traitors must die
for freedom to live.
for freedom to live.
Without a past,
Without a past,
no being can appreciate what they are
no being can appreciate what they are
and where they may be going.
and where they may be going.
Welcome, Watcher Harold Hovelton and Watcher Vio Miliana Cathala. It is an honor to play the harp at your side.
The honor is all
Man, you
mine.
guys really have that memorized. How long did that take?
It takes a while.
Remembering him doing the same thing. Wait, the Harper? What did you say?
I just it was a lot longer than I thought it was gonna be.
Yeah,
It's many tenets.
they're all good ones, and I support them.
So was that the
You are initiates now.
shortened version?
We're
or-
good. We got it.
No, that is the full version. If you're going to be a part of the Harpers, you must fully initiate yourself.
I wrote that.
Okay.
Do I need to roll to attempt to memorize it?
If you have it written down, you can make.
In order to memorize it that fast,
That's what I'm asking.
Yeah.
Make me an intelligence check at disadvantage.
Yes.
Because it's unrealistic that I can hear that.
Yeah.
one.
Especially,
And there's a feature
especially if we're
Yeah.
sitting here butchering it.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, that doesn't help, but
As you say, it's a bad joke. It says, now you must do a full recital with a harp.
I believe in you. I asked you if we had to learn a harp.
I specifically
13.
This is my
thought they
favorite
would
part.
rescind my invitation and didn't buy one.
It's a joke.
I know. I'm playing along with the bit, 3 strings.
I just feel like maybe we should learn how to use a harp.
It's not necessary.
I already know how to play one.
Please do.
I can already play one.
I don't know
bet
how to
you-
play one.
I'll teach it.
Who can teach you and you teach me to cook?
Anyway,
Congrats to both of you.
thank you. Now I have a title.
So,
Congratulations.
thank you.
I'm not sure how much more time you have until the tavern's finished, but if you're here for a few more days, when we sparred the other day, it was fun. I haven't done it in a while. If anybody wants to spar at any point in time in the near future, I would like that.
How about right now?
No,
I believe you have a quest to go on.
you're busy.
What is... Okay, first off, what is the dog book and what is the quest?
Just here.
Oh no, that's so
Okay.
genius! You just SCP'd him.
And with that,
As she holds this book and you begin to read.
hold on. Renair goes, I believe we're going to leave you on your quest. I have a place to be, and I'm sure Renair does not want to be here.
Wait,
When you come home, don't close the book. We're going to be reading the book. We may not respond. We're going to be like this.
And you look over at Voss. Voss is like,
I'm out.
oh,
I'm
yeah,
out.
oh, yeah, you're
slumped.
out.
Okay.
Everything's fine. Don't close the book. You'll interrupt the quest.
Do I need to stay to protect you?
We're good. We're good. Don't sweat it.
I mean,
Just-
I'll lock up on the way out.
Yeah.
That would work. Yeah,
Alright.
that's good.
Good seeing you again. man.
I
As well.
wanna stop Rainier on the way out to thank him for apologizing earlier about not coming forward and being honest to begin with about approaching
And again,
me the wrong way,
he
basically.
recites again. Whatever it takes, a harper will do. Pride never rules the deeds of a true harper. Sometimes we must do that which we do not want to in order to snuff out the evil that fights in this world. I assure you, neither myself or Matt ever wanted your discomfort in these matters, and I am sorry.
Just thanks for apologizing.
Of course, and you're going to do good.
Thanks. Thanks for trusting me with it.
Yeah, I see more in you than I think you see in yourself. And he kind of squeezes your shoulder and leaves. Yeah. Elbow, like he squeezes your elbow.
How tall is he again?
And he's like 5'9".
Why are they all so short?
Well, we're average height. You're giant.
Hey, there's
I'm
nothing
sorry,
wrong
we're
with
all
being a
6 foot
giant.
humans.
There's not.
Straight on me.
Yeah, but
About 10.
7.
Yeah? No,
How
I know. It feels that way
single
sometimes.
6 foot plus human?
He's 6'1", actually. He's
Ah.
actually relatively tall. So,
Alright.
Still,
but still about he can grab your elbow, and that's about
still about a foot shorter than you.
yeah.
Who your ex is.
Okay.
So-
You're
I-
7'4",
Not interested
so
in the same room. I just realized
So.
that. Yikes.
I guess we're all gonna read this book.
Excuse me.
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah,
having
we
a
are.
moment here.
We're all gonna read the book, and we're all gonna go on the dog quest, and we're all gonna do something together that's fun, and it's gonna be good for us, and we're gonna work as a team.
Okay.
I look at the unconscious Voss. Yeah, okay.
He's doing teamwork right now.
He's probably threatening to kill his dogs right now. if
They
don't
might
get
already
there.
be dead. We should probably.
I immediately look at the book.
everybody look in the book.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna make
Alright.
sure everybody else looks,
We all
and then
look
I'll
at the
look.
book.
Alright,
We all
so-
look at the book.
What the hell am I saying right
Right now, you're seeing an inky black void of nothingness.
Oh my god.
There is just emptiness.
I'm gonna put.
And in the void, there is a singular spotlight illuminated on a robed figure that looks to be a large, hairy, massive, bipedal dog that is a Saint Bernard. He wears purple vestments of a clergyman
Oh, he's
with
growling.
a symbol of a white hand flipped upside down
He's a dog
with
person.
with a circle cut into the palm. And about this time, everyone else appears next to you.
Yep.
Oh, here we go.
And you hear,
Hello, great one. I've called upon you in your aid for a quest.
Fuck are you?
Stop.
I'm Saint Bernard. Who's a good boy? Yes, you are. It's good to see you again, Seisha.
man, how many times I've got to tell you that's not use names? Your names is not Saint Bernard, yours is a Saint Bernard. Well, slap my nose with a newspaper and call me Susan, says a man's. Again.
I'm telling you, this
What was,
the story of man is real.
I mean,
No,
I've
no,
talked
get
to-
down.
How you knows my name?
I remembered. We've met.
Yes, no, get down. Present yourself to the others.
Yeah.
Fucking smile at me. What is this demon?
Make sure to be on your best
Hey,
behavior.
I'm always on his best behaviors. Thank you very
Now
much.
come here, or shit.
Did you just tell me to shit in front of the man's?
Oh, my word, I would never. I said shit, not defecate. I do apologize for.
Yeah. The name's no get downs. That's the names. That's me. What about it? And coming out of the void and the shadows, you see
A giant alligator.
you see a brown-haired bipedal Dotson in tight black hooded leathers adorned with a surplus of daggers tucked precariously in many hidden sheaths.
I think you and the Dotson get along.
Brings over a small stool. Brings over a small
fuck are you
stool,
both
sits it
talking
down, and
about?
sits down in front of you.
They are the most aggressive breed.
You're a dog.
That's a man.
What?
Second most aggressive.
Yeah,
Wait.
dude, I thought you
No,
was, I
like,
thou you
that's
was
a-
full of it when you said
No, I
that you
mean,
worships
that's a
the man's
dog.
and here they are. They're here.
It's you,
Literally,
dog.
Could
this
you
is
do
your gods.
Just 1 second. Just 1 second.
I mean, when God tells you to give you a second, He gives you a second. I
So
mean,
now you're learning.
I
You're
get it.
understanding.
Yeah, no, I get it. Sits down. I'm sitting.
Thank
All
you.
right.
No, it's okay. You can do
What the hell is going on?
We, Voss, are going on a quest together for these very, very nice dogs.
Gentlemen.
Gentlemen. I don't know. What do I call you?
Dog's fine.
Dogs?
Dogs.
Yeah.
These
Very
wonderful
nice
dogs.
dogs.
Do I look like a man's?
No.
That's right.
Yeah.
I'm not better for man's. I'm not saying that. I
And
didn't
we're
say
going
that. I
to do
didn't say
this
that. I was
together
saying
because it's very,
Look, I'm
very
a good
important.
The man's talking.
It's very important to me, Voss.
Why didn't he? I love these guys.
Continue with your your pontification. Let's
Very well.
say
I'm
this.
tasked with reading the books of man, and some of them are left unfinished. And I was wondering if you or any other manch would be willing to complete them, so I may conclude my quest.
We would be
Yes,
happy
absolutely.
100%.
He's a huge dog person.
What do you want exactly?
I'm only able to harness the power bestowed upon me by my faith in you, for a total of 2 attempts at each of these quests in these 3 tomes. If you aid me on my quest, I will grant you something that will hopefully aid you on yours.
Like what?
I don't know. It's like whatever you need. It's like it's a quest. You finish a quest, you get something, and it's usually what you need, right? That's what happens when he goes on a quest. He gets what you need. Boom, done. Then we can
Well,
have
usually when we go on quests, we almost die. So
Hey, at least
I
we're
don't
doing
know.
it in a book this time.
But we're doing it as a group, and that's what's important right now.
Yeah.
You guys fight lots of cats too.
I have.
Yeah.
In a
Yes.
manner of speaking.
Yes.
Yes.
Would you
Yes,
like to
we
know-
have absolutely
Yes.
have. Let me tell you something. You can't
Yes.
trust them.
We have
Yes,
they're
fought
bad.
A lot of cats.
The cats are bad.
The cats of Meow.
I'm sorry.
It's from their fam.
Where they're from? Where?
They're from Meow.
Yeah.
Meow.
You don't know about Meow?
I haven't heard about it until just meow.
Right, meow. Yeah, come on.
All right.
Do not speak in their tongue.
You're right. You're right.
I will.
Sorry, I just.
I need to work on being a good boy.
I will entertain this ridiculous farce.
Thank you.
Fine. Let's go on the quests the dogs gave us.
I mean,
Would you like to know
I'm
what?
really not surprised you're not a dog person.
And you can't.
I'm really not surprised you're willing to entertain this buffoonery.
You can't leave, so stop.
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Would you like to know what your first quest is?
Yes. Yes. Saint Bernard.
Your first quest is the haunted harbor of Banshee Bay.
Ooh, this is a good one. Oh man, about a world where there's no tricks allowed, simple living, my kind of place. About a bunch of opportunities that end up at the end of the tug of war rope. You know what
That
I'm
sounds
saying?
like the title of a book.
Yeah, the title of the book's The Haunted Harbor of Banshee Bay. Listen. Hold on, you guys to hear this. This is good. That's good. So they plays a game of chase, right? Where they met some old salty dog who ends up, he's not even theirs, right? So he's a spook. Then the unknown.
Okay.
One of them gets a hurt paw with some black spot on it, you knows, and I knew a guy named Spot once, real shady fella. Anyways, ran off with the dame I was fetching for. She's a real bitch. Anyways, now the cursed crews gotta do something, some bay and deliver his bones back to some ships, but ends up the big pool might be haunted. Doesn't that sound good?
That sounds amazing.
I want to do that one.
I'm in. Wait, you said no tricks.
Yes. What does that mean?
Like,
Like you can't.
Like this?
Or like, sit, roll over, jump up.
That's a good question.
That is unfortunately a pertinent
You see,
question.
like, your passive insight automatically picks up, like, offense from him and this, like,
Need to do
existential crisis of, do I sit? Do I roll over? Like, the gods are telling me to do this. And so he's like, but that's not what it means.
Lovely.
No, you don't have to do
Nobody
it.
tells
You don't
me
have to
to
do it.
sit
We're not-
but
we're
me.
not-
I don't sit. I don't rolls over for nobody. I rolls over for nose man. Tell me what I'm doing.
Look, it's just the man's. If they tell us to shit, we have to shit.
Fee, don't harass these poor creatures. I am so sorry for my companion's unfit behavior.
You sit here and take this. You know what?
He has a little dagger in his hand and he's like,
You mean dog tricks?
I
or magic
understand.
tricks?
I look at you as equals. Perhaps she does not. All right.
This is a book about mange, so I believe it's about mange tricks.
Thank you for answering my questions. Sorry if I gave you any stress.
And you see that he just, like, slowly starts getting lower and lower and eventually sits down.
he likes it. Don't
Okay.
try to pet.
I'm
No,
a pet. I'm
get
a pet
down.
you. I pet and just scratch at yours.
Being touched by. I'm being blessed by the man's.
Yeah, whatever, man. You can. Why are your legs moving? Dude, that's so shameful.
Okay, I'm sorry.
Who's a good boy?
That's my name. Yeah.
Look, if I start seeing the red rocket, I'm out of here.
Oh my God.
And with that, you are all sundered awake.
From the echoed chain of words rallying everyone to attention, you find yourself jostling rhythmically side to side as the biting, acute smell similar to the dock ward impregnate your nostrils, as well as the thick, hot, humid, salted air weighing you down. Most of you are cocooned in tarpaulin sheets of hammocks as it swings hanging from the creaking and moaning bowels of the ship. You all start to make your way through the harsh smell of pitch-soaked wood that cuts through the salted air in the dark, low-lit corridors. The few rooms you aimlessly navigate through are the galley, a kitchen, barracks, brig, storage, cannon runs, and lastly, the bottom deck with the fetid stench of the bilge. Everyone is moving like a clock, each in their place, ready to spring further into action once the command is given. You all make your way upstairs towards the light of day. Everyone except...
The doors fly open and pour light into a chamber filled with a desk covered in maps, shelves filled with books, and a large suspended fire pit of coals on a 4-post bed with a sleeping man in dark clothes, red pants, leather gloves, and a coat, with slicked back black hair, sun-kissed skin, and a scar that runs from the bottom of his lip down to his chin.
The door swings open. Captain! Captain! Ship's on the horizon. Storms are brewing. What are your orders?
Oh no! Oh no! This may have been a mistake.
And with that, we are going to end tonight's
Holy shit.
Well, look on your face and say chat. You're
For
like, that's
next
me.
session, we are all going to give handouts, and you all have to decide on what officer position you all have, besides one person who is already ordained captain.
That is so cool.
We are going on a high sea adventure.
Oh my God.
You are not
I want
dogs.
to be a dog.
Damn, but still awesome.
Yes. Thank you for watching this very emotional roller coaster that started very low and hopefully end very high. And we will
I know we're ending a little early tonight, but I believe that's mainly because I think we have a giveaway going on now.
Real fast. In preparation, there's an R in that word. I looked up pretentious dog breeds for my character, and I decided on Pharaoh dogs. They're beautiful and skinny.
So I believe we're giving away a shot glass.
Yes, I will.
We'll have make sure everyone has entered. I believe it is hashtag shot glass. What is the?
It is a hashtag shot glass giveaway.
Hashtag shot glass giveaway. Enter that in the chat if you have not already to be entered for the raffle to give away said D4 shot glass.
I'm just saying,
We'll kind of
say
give it a
should be
few
a golden
minutes since we
retriever
have
puppy.
about 10 minutes before we're done for the night.
I want to be a Bernese mountain dog.
And yeah, so
If I had a dog choice, if that was the
if you've already entered, there's no need to enter again because it doesn't accumulate, so you're fine. So just
Also, those that are subscribers get 5 entries, and those that are not subscribers get 1 entry. And that is not, you get to enter 5 times. It goes, every 1 entry equals 5 for our subscribers. So it's another reason.
to subscribe. Subscribe.
Subscribe.
Imagine.
Imagine you're a subscriber.
Imagine you are
3. Subs get 3, not 5. Just kidding.
3.
You have the power of a
This is why I sit here and not at Video Village. But yes, so it looks like they're rolling in. So let's.
Rolling in.
By the way, this one was made by Bunny.
it was.
Oh.
And if you want to check
On
that out,
Trashed Crafts.
yes, check out
Amazing.
Trashed Crafts
You
on
should watch
RockPunch at YouTube because it is very funny.
It is. It is.
A lot of buttons get spilled.
So many buttons.
What was your drink of choice?
Car
Me?
bombs, right?
Oh, car bombs. Yeah.
Amazing. So what?
So
did we think?
yummy.
Man, that was an episode, guys.
That was
good
an
job.
episode.
Yeah. That.
Thank you all who's tuning in tonight. Thank you so much. I'm so happy to be back. I missed you all last week.
Happy to have you and Catkins back.
I know. I'm so happy that we're back. But
That was.
Except I'm kidding. And
don't forget,
I'll be in it Sunday. I was trying to think
Southern
of
Fried,
Southern Fried Gaming Convention.
Southern Fried Gaming Expo, July 12th through 14th. We will be there doing a live show. More details on that will be coming soon, but you can get tickets or badges, entire weekend badges. You can get 10% off by going to Southern Fried Gaming Expo's website and entering in the discount code D4.
Yep.
Then you can go
The letter D,
live.
the number 4. That's
Bingo.
Yes.
Dude, this Beetle Grimm's pin is awesome.
Right?
Yes.
I've been saying.
Like,
Do you have one?
No.
Cool. Not the only one. I'm still an initiate.
No, I'm just the one who talks about it before every game.
Yep.
Maybe I should pick a faction.
Maybe you should.
Maybe you should.
None of them fit.
One actually does fit. You just keep bad-mouthing it for some reason.
Because they're like super good guys.
Oh my!
Is that because you base it on a book cover?
Ooh.
You don't want to rash that down your face.
My eyes!
We'll give it another 60 seconds to enter hashtag shot glass giveaway, and then we'll do the poll. Colton, you trigger finger.
All right.
So I just want to say
I was an
that
Afghan
thank
now.
you, Bunny. I've been using
I
the
can see
dice you gave me tonight. Not that I ever rolled them,
No, yeah.
but I had them
You
ready.
said you were a chihuahua.
all I'm gonna say is I think Iggy was a Chihuahua and he was badass. So.
I mean, they're the most fierce
Iggy?
animals.
From Stardust.
They
Forsaken?
really think
no, Iggy
highly
was a
of
French
themselves.
bulldog.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
French
so
badass.
they also have really weak cons, so I guess that kind of fits.
What?
For Finley.
For me, yeah. I mean, that was a bad
Iggy is a
joke.
Boston Terrier.
Thank you for everyone who's
Oh, he
watching
is?
tonight for the
Yeah,
first time.
apparently.
Okay.
Welcome to our shenanigans.
He has a
This
human
was
face.
Yeah.
emotional roller coaster of an episode.
Yeah.
We're gonna have quite the fun time clipping this episode.
God, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So many moments.
we're not usually this happy.
Yeah,
We're actually ending much more devastated.
We're attacking each other.
That started. I got a nice full cup today.
Yeah, I
You
cried
like that?
out a
You like
plan.
that?
That doesn't normally
Colton's on
happen.
it. He's gonna let us know
Tastes
what he
like
does.
candy, doesn't it?
There was one moment I looked over.
Yeah, we're ready.
All right, we're making the poll. Here we go.
In 5, 4, 3, 2. Who'd we win? Who won?
I don't know. There's a delay. I would be the perfect golden retriever. Thank you for noticing.
TygerRises! Oh, also, happy belated birthday. That you get a free shot glass.
Happy birthday.
I mean,
Happy birthday.
Yeah. Also, thank you for watching, and as always, be excellent to each other.
may you always roll with advantage. Good night,
Good night,
everyone.
everybody.
Bye.